Welcome back, my friends. Oh, it looks so weird. It's weird. Sorry. What an intro. It's weird because the camera's there, but I'm over there, and I'm up here. So it's like I gotta ignore. Maybe I should move my chair. That's better. A little more center frame. I gotta like ignore that my face is on the camera or on the screen because it's tripping me out in this setting for some reason. Anyway, welcome back, my friends, to another edition of Fire Promoter here in Fire Pro Wrestling World. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late because I was actually literally just recording the last episode of Fighting Road in this, my pre-recorded playthrough in Fire Pro Wrestling World. And we got it done, but I needed a couple minutes to get it uploaded so that I can edit it together and get it ready to publish next week. Audio check? Publish next week. Great. Great. I got a cup of coffee in the big time. I'm upstairs because I moved all my shit up here on, what was that, Friday, so that Jessica and I could stream upstairs because I thought it would be uncomfortable for us to both kind of, you know, not that we don't like each other or anything. Not that we got cooties or anything. I don't mean to brag. We've been kind of dating for 7 years. But I thought it'd be uncomfortable for us to be squished in the corner in the basement. The fact that it was the basement was more of the issue. I had too much respect for her to make her sit in my fucking scum corner in the basement where there's just like bugs and like half drank cans of LaCroix and it's dusty and it smells like a litter box, you know, my basement dwelling. So I said I'm gonna move everything up here for us to stream and out of the dining room because again, kids aren't here. Not going to be here for another 2 weeks or so. So I think I'm just going to convert the dining room into kind of my temporary office space. So I'll work here and I'll probably stream here for the foreseeable future. Because otherwise I don't have to lug all my shit up and down the stairs. It takes like a half hour. It's quite a process to get this together in a way that makes sense to me. So I think I'll just keep it all on here. I know this is not, you know, the best. It's a very plain, not very interesting visual. Me in this plain white dining room with nothing on the wall behind me. I've got a black sheet over the blinds here because then what happens is the sunlight comes through and just harsh, irradiating white light illuminates my face, and I always find that very unpleasant to look at. It like screws the white balance of the camera and makes it look like I'm having like an aneurysm. My face looks all red. I think, you know, I'm pretty well lit, I gotta say right now. I'm not usually so well lit. You know, this is not bad in that respect. I'm usually down in the dank depths, but I think I got a setup that works. Jonesy, I'm so confident will at some point rip this black sheet off the windows, so it'll rip off, and then I will like burn like a vampire as the sunlight hits my skin, and it'll look terrible. How are we doing? You alright? You having a good weekend? It's Sunday afternoon. Another atypical stream for somebody like me. I just realized I didn't update any of the Twitch info, so the wrong notification went out. It said, "Can Jessica last?" And until dawn, that's not what's happening. I gotta update the tags. Wrestling. Fire Pro. Wrestling World. AEW Redemption today, so why don't we put AEW on there, even though it's not an AEW game. There, that's better. I don't think I'm going to watch, I haven't watched AEW in general in a long time. I've been slacking real hard on my wrestling consumption. I hate to admit it, it's just not, I just haven't had enough time for it, and it's been even longer since I've watched an AEW pay-per-view. I would love to order Redemption. But shit's expensive, man. I think All In's next month, right? I think I'm just gonna. I do want to order All In. I want to like make a day of that. Like make a point to be like, I'm ordering this. I'm watching it. I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the day. I think if I just save and wait for All In, that'll be worth it. Which will mark kind of a year of me watching AEW because that was what got me on board last year. Was spontaneously ordering All In and kind of loving it and having been in ever since. Got Dilly Todd's in the chat. 12 o'clock on a Sunday. How the hell you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Dilly Todd's finished Witchfire last night. Witchfire with the very snazzy new stream HUD element with a very versatile avatar that can wear a number of hats. Dilly Todd's always in the habit of wearing many hats. Now he can literally, visually, and virtually wear many hats for you. Very, very exciting to always finish a playthrough. I'm looking forward to what's next. I know he wasn't 100% sure what was next. Maybe Hell Is Us. I think that would be a fun one. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Streaming from the dining room. We are live on Friday with Until Dawn. And Jessica did last, by the way, a lot longer than I thought. I did think she was going to bail at like 30 minutes before anything really scary even happened. And in fairness, we are about 2 hours in and nothing really scary has happened still. It's just sort of innocuous jump scares. But she made it 2 hours in. That's also why I'm keeping everything up here. In case she does indeed decide, let's do more, then I don't have to move it up and down the stairs again. It's just all sitting here. So we'll see. She said she was down to play more. But it's the kind of thing she's going to have to take point on and say, let's do it. I'm not going to like pester her to do it. We'll see. I'm not 100% convinced that she's down to come back and play more Until Dawn. But it was very fun. Very silly. I got very silly. And I know that I got very silly. I knew in the moment I got very silly, and I couldn't seem to get myself any less sillier. So I hope it wasn't too bad or too loud or too ridiculous. We were letting loose. We're letting loose on a Friday night. We both wanted it. We needed it. We'd earned it. And I was concerned at how that would affect my lucidity on stream. Hopefully it wasn't as bad as I fear it might have been. It's a different energy, first of all, just having somebody else in the room, and then obviously somebody who's so close to me and special to me, like introducing her to that context after all these years. It's like it was different, and I couldn't figure out, if I should take more of a back seat, if I should take more front seat. And then by the end of it, I had no like inhibitions at all. I was like, I'm in every seat. I'm just sprawled out in all the seats. He just woke up and he said, I got a stream to catch. Well, top of the morning to you. Yesterday we had a great Saturday. We played. We didn't play anything. We saw the Odyssey again a second time. This time we just saw it in Cinemark XD. We didn't do IMAX. I didn't want Jess to have to cover her ears again. Although we got out of it and she was like, so much better than IMAX. And I was like, you're right. IMAX is also like twice as expensive for what it's worth. But it was still really good in XD. It was still loud as hell in XD. It wasn't really toned down. It just, you could really, seeing those back to back in the two different formats, though, you could really tell the difference for sure. But I loved it just as much a second time, if not more. It's a movie that benefits from rewatching due to the way it's told and having more context on what one of the characters has been through and what they're going to go through, and being able to apply it from the start of the movie really helps further recontextualize it and enhance it in a great way. I love a movie that's like that you can enjoy the first time and then enjoy even deeper on a second, on a rewatch, knowing where it's going and what story it's telling. I just love it. It's great. It's a masterpiece. And it felt even shorter on a rewatch. I thought maybe it would drag more, having seen it and not having the suspense of a first watch, being on the edge of the seat and such. But no, I flew by even more, I think, because I kept having moments of like, oh wow, this is happening already. This is happening already. In my mind's eye memory of the movie, it felt so much longer than that. But then I'd be like, and because every just so many great parts in it too. So it was also like, oh wow, this part's happening. Awesome. So it's great. Loved that kind of thing you can only do when you have no kids to take care of, is go see a 3-hour movie twice in 1 week. And another thing you could only really do when the kids are home is we got a seafood boil afterwards. Just living lavishly, right? We were truly chowing down like a suitor in Ithaca. You know what I mean? It was delicious. You got the mussels and the shrimp and the lobster and the crab and the potatoes and the corn. We took some home. I don't know how that's going to reheat. We actually cut ourselves off and brought some home in a big bag. I don't know how that'll do on a reheat today. I might just stick to spaghetti leftovers. It's kind of nice, too. I don't have to worry about cooking dinners for 4 for a little bit, It's the name of the game, but it's nice to not... Sometimes, figuring out what is for dinner can be such a task and challenge. It looms heavily on the horizon. I'm like in the middle of my work, like, oh fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner. Shit, what do we even have in the freezer? What do we got? It's a lot easier when you're two adults. So we're enjoying our time of lowered responsibility for sure, and the kids seem to be enjoying their time with their grandparents. They're giving them tons of stuff to do, and you know, they're enjoying. They're really pumped for that quality time. Everybody involved is pumped for that quality time, so everybody wins. We of course wish we could be there, but we're making the most of the time that we have here, and good old normalcy. And I'm gonna play Fire Promoter. I gotta get my notes out. I forgot. I've been keeping tabs on Fire Promoter so I can remember what's going on. Let's get in here. Does this say load data behind my face? Yeah, it does. Let's get in here. Oh yeah, that music. Now we're getting funky, baby. All right, so last time I'm gonna play this for probably about 2 hours because there's some other stuff I like to do today, some other things I like to work on. Something I've not had, excuse me, coffee burp. Something I've not had as much time to do this week as I would have liked, especially considering the circumstances, is like sit down and do some reading and writing and workshopping and stuff. So I'm going to take a couple hours to do that today too. But I did want to get back into my Fire Promoter because I had a lot of fun with this last time. I know Dilly Tots was enjoying it, which was great to hear. And, you know, especially understanding that apparently there's going to be a 2.5 CW stream on Tuesday, formally announced. And I just went ahead and shared the ad copy on my socials. I didn't even do the like snarky shitty thing where I write my own and like bury it because, you know, I'm over it, right? I've got this now. 2.5 CW can do whatever they want in response. They try to prove that they're the superior and only virtual wrestling league. I've got this. And clearly this is going a lot better than whatever the hell's happening over there, even though we're hemorrhaging money every time we run a show. So I did think it was important to get a TCW stream up and going and reminded people what real virtual wrestling looks like before they come in and do another absolute train wreck show on Tuesday. So you have that to look forward to, or not. Last time, we needed to hire a junior heavyweight, and we've landed on Chucky, Charles Lee Ray, the possessed killer doll. So we got him. He's going to be getting a title shot right out the gate. And I don't know if I decided this out loud last time, but Mickey Williams, the motherfucker, Mickey Williams, will be getting a heavyweight championship shot against current champion Bonesaw McGraw. That's happening today. And then we just had to figure out what the rest of the card is. I kind of started writing that down as well, just so we could come in here with some momentum and not have to spend as much time figuring it out. And then after our first show, TCW4, then we'll be in the lab together figuring out what happens next. We do have some tournament opportunities. We could send somebody to compete in AEW, New Japan, or CMLL. I'm going to decline to do that, though. We sent Bill Bullock to Waffle House Championship Wrestling for their tournament, and he got injured for 3 months. And now we are down a guy. I think we just need to focus on what's happening at home. We don't need to worry about building bridges with other promotions yet. I would love to do that. I would love to collab with other promotions, but I think we need to focus on what's happening at home before we start doing that. And so we're now down a man, which means we're going to need to hire somebody else to come in and compete. And we need to get to a spot where we're balanced in our budget. We just keep losing money incrementally. We're losing less and less, but we are still losing it. So logically, we're going to get to a point today, I think, where we might make a little money. So let's see where we're at. On our merch, we've still got these goods. We're just going to keep those for now because we're not selling out of them. How's the training center look? We can spare $3. Oh, no. And $5 to repair our balls and bags. I really would like to get a ring doctor, but I think we've just got or a clinic. Increases injury recovery speed. For 12, I think we can do it. For 12, I think we can. It's getting expensive. That's the thing you gotta remember. It's not just the expenses of the show. All this other stuff gets added into our monthly budget as well, which is a part of why we're losing money. And it costs money to run the show, and then you have to pay every wrestler on the show as well. So you can think you're making money, and then you get surprised at the end when it all adds up and you've lost it. Let's see. Now, something else I think I'd like to do is look at these scouts. So I mentioned this earlier. Last time I mentioned that you can send scouts out to find talent, but we didn't really need to do it because what they will do is that characters that don't already exist in the save data of Fire Promoter will be brought into Fire Promoter, right? So like if I don't have, let's just say Kurt Angle. Let's say I download Kurt Angle and he's installed in my game, but I already started Fire Promoter, so he doesn't exist in that save data. I can use the scout talents to go find Kurt Angle and bring him into the save data. I didn't have any of those. I realized today in hindsight that it did not put all the wrestlers in my game into Fire Promoter. It must do that on purpose so the scout mechanic has a use, because I realized in hindsight there was definitely people that should be in this game that are not in this game. So we will hire some scouts. Now, the thing of it is, there's a very low probability that this works. From my experience in the prior save I had, a lot of times they just find nobody. But hopefully they have enough people this time that it'll work. Let's see. So we're Showman Promotion in America. And you can see we have a couple different scouts. You'd have to think their monetary value, you know, the more expensive they are, probably the higher likelihood that they'll actually find somebody. No guarantee that it's somebody you'll actually want to hire, but it's just how you bring them into the game. So we want somebody who can find American talent and ideally showman. You don't have to stick to their preferred styles. But we got Shin Bito here who knows a thing or two about American showman. So let's go ahead. Let's pay him for 3 months of scouting, right? So for the next 3 months, it will check and try to find an American showman that is not in my save data already. It is a neat feature. You could, because they could just easily be like, add them to the save data and they're there, which would be, you know, convenient. But you know, that it has a thought out mechanic is interesting. So Shin Bito, he's gonna look. We won't know if he found any. So after each show, it will check in with Shin and see if he found somebody. All right. Lastly, we need to bring in one. We need to bring in one wrestler to work this show. So here's what I've got. I think I need an opponent for Matt Robinson, right? I think I've got this card locked down. Otherwise, we could go a couple ways about it. We brought in Blue Kane last time, and he did well for us. He's a showman, popular in the region, decent worker, and he showed up to the gig, which is very important to me. He didn't fuck us. So he could bring Blue Kane back in. That might be nice. Or alternatively, we could, because I think whoever I hire next, I need to be a junior. We don't have enough of them. Bill Bullock's out. We got Chucky and David Houston, who will be wrestling shortly here. But I'm going to need somebody else, because I'd like to really only do contracted talent challenging for the title. Can you imagine how a disaster it would be if if Drew Carey here got a shot at our title, won it, and then wasn't part of our league, and like we couldn't get him to come sign with us? That'd be nightmarish. Buddy the Elf he could be a great junior for us. I regret to say. He's got A, popularity, he's decent in the ring, he's a showman, and he's a junior. Like, it checks every box that we could get Buddy the Elf to come compete in TCW. Oh, speaking of great wrestlers, dude, we got Suge Knight 1-3-2-3 in the chat. What's going on, brother? Great to see you. We're getting a nice early Sunday stream in. We're playing Fire Promoter. This is the spiritual successor to WATCW. We're starting a new league. TCW, which I believe in our group chat, Suge had theorized stood for Total Cuck Wrestling. And in a way it is, because we all sit here and watch it. You know, we're all kind of cuckolded by this experience. He knows the Toy Smasher. Let's remember Buddy the Elf. What about Evil Uno? Evil Uno is a heavy. How you doing, Suge? What's going on the West Coast this morning? I know it's quite a bit earlier over there. Let me just run through here again, looking at juniors. Fred Durst is a junior. There's an appeal there. Something else I said is I really would like to get a lady on the roster. We don't have any. And Fire Pro doesn't care about like gender divisions, you know? You can do intergender matches. It's no problem. There's not like gender locked titles. Everybody's just either heavyweight or junior weight. So we can get Ronda. Ronda's just respectfully not really the woman I want on board, but you know, we could bring her in for a oneer. But what if I'm going to bring somebody in? It's with the intention that I might hire them too. And I'm still teasing the idea of hiring Roman Reigns, the big dog, because he was the last WATCW Men's World Champ of the season. He was voted Men's World Champ of the year. I think it would be a huge pickup for us to get him. There's no shot Roman Reigns is 33. What is that talking about? it'd be a huge get for us to have him still on board before somebody else can pick him up. Sami Zayn also would be a strong junior to get. That I'm tempted by that. Although I think Buddy the Elf's got better in-ring. Let's see. These are huge lists to scan, aren't they? Why wouldn't I want them to be even bigger by scouting more talent? Asuka. We could maybe bring in Asuka. Still pretty popular in the region, and she's a junior, and she's a woman. You don't mind my saying. Io Sky. I mean, I love Io Sky. Not as popular in America, but we could change that. Do we want to bring in Io Sky? I think I like that idea. Something about that is speaking to me. I mean, logically, we should probably bring in Buddy the Elf, but I'm trying to do something different here. I just kind of don't want to bring in Buddy the Elf, to be honest with you. We got Dick Togo. Let's see. Konami. The Baroness of Hell is crazy. We got to pick somebody so we can get in here soon. You know, the Grinch, Shin Kazama. Who was in Latin America again? Get the Xenomorph. That's a WATCW legend. We get Brody Lee Jr. He's 15 years old. Berto. Oh man, this ain't my Kyle Fletcher. This is an old Kyle Fletcher. Does this game think it's still 2017? Is that why everybody's way younger than they're supposed to be? This game might think it's still 2017. It may not check the PlayStation clock. The Loveland Frog. Oh man, he is really good. He's not a junior though, but he's really good. We have to get him. We cannot let him stay free agent for too much longer. CMLL would love to get him. Mimir, he's definitely a junior weight. He's literally just a floating head. Every chair's a cup chair when Suge's inside. Oh man, the Dilly Todd Suge Knight rivalry. It's still, you know, YCW's dead, but some things never die. Showman and the popularity is high. Who was that about? Who were you referring to? Do feel free to throw out suggestions, by the way. Yeah, if you're like, hey, I want you to sign Buddy the Elf, you can tell me that. I got the Tyrant. Sheamus could be somebody good to get at some point. Penta's a junior. I mean, would love to have Penta in the game. Loveland Frog. He is not a junior, though, unfortunately. But yeah, he's Showman and the popularity is high. I mean, we don't need a junior for this, what I'm doing. I just think it would be good to get a junior, and then if they work out, we could hire them for real. I really want this blow-up doll, but it costs too much. We found out. We get Balder from God of War. He's a junior weight. Buddy Matthews. I think we probably would want to go Io Sky, Sami Zayn, or Buddy the Elf. The classic trio. Pac would be good. Pac, you know, he's not as popular here, but Pac rules. He's a good junior. Starlight Kid as well. See, I wish these attack and defense stats were more relative to how good these wrestlers are now, and not necessarily maybe what they were in 2017 or like, you know, whenever some of these custom ones were made in like 2022. Because Starlight Kid should be a lot bigger, a lot better than that, and she should be a layup for us. Like. Thor, on the other hand, is killer with the S defense. Zack Sabre Jr. Also, again, I feel like his attack and defense should be a lot higher. All right, we're gonna have to make a choice here. I think I kind of want to go Io Sky. She's lucha, not showman. She's not very popular here. See, she should be like S rank popular in America by 2026 standards. Let's bring her in. Let's try. This is just $5,000. Let's try. Now we gotta remember to make her match style lucha though. She may not show up. We got her. Io's in, so she's gonna take on Matt Robinson. I think that should be a good match. All right, let's get this booked. Oh shit! You could just leave the month having not booked a show, eh? All right, this one will fall into place real quick because I wrote this one down ahead of time. So we're gonna start off with Samoa Joe. We don't have enough people to do any tag matches, so it's gonna be all singles. My favorite, Samoa Joe, who has not won a match so far, taking on Thomas Walker, who's really presented himself as a big bad boy. He also likes stabbing people in the head with forks. Dax Harwood is going to be taking on Jack Howard, who's been a good up-and-comer for us, the Hollywood Hunk. Then we have Matt Robinson, who lost his title opportunity with Bonesaw last time. He's going to be going up against Io Sky. I know it says Io Shirai, but same difference. We're going to make sure we tell Matt to go out there and work lucha style so that Io shows up and doesn't bail on us. And then we're going to get into our TCW Junior Heavyweight match, which we'll see newcomer Chucky take on David Houston. This is Chucky's debut match. And then our main event will be for the TCW Heavyweight Championship, where the motherfucker, the Hell Knight, Mickey Williams, takes on Bonesaw McGraw. Now, let's see. We got a full house, this says. I want to get better matches. Let's see. Falcon Ishigami. Price goes up a little bit. The match percentages should be better. We have a full house. We can even get a full house for $60. We can even get a full house at $80. Okay, we're gonna charge it. I think we're gonna charge $80 for this. Well, but the people, you think maybe 60 is a happy medium because you could see less people show up, but it's still a full house. But there has to be, the math has to check out at some point. Hold on, I'm just gonna fuck with this because what's this doing? My computer. I love that it does this. I'll have the stream manager open, and sometimes that's enough to stop it from going to sleep. And then other times it's not, and I have to open up the actual stream on Twitch. I love it. All right, have we done enough? I only brought 5 more people here. At $60, I think that's a good... this is a good show. We got Falcon Ishigami here to help try to make sure these are better match quality. We've got 5 solid matches. We're bringing in the outsider, Io Sky. We've got our first ever junior heavyweight title match, and Chucky's debuting, and we've got a huge heel off with Mickey Williams challenging Bonesaw McGraw. The only thing that could fuck us is if Io Sky doesn't show up. That could be a problem because then the attendance will go down, and like Matt Robinson won't have a match, and that'll suck. Hell yeah, Chucky, let's roll. If no one bought any merch and stuff last time, they don't need any money left in their pocket. That's true, and they might now. We have more people here to buy goods. Okay, I'm going to confirm this. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and save our game. I want to rotate the saves, but I don't think I want to delete the most recent GPW save. I doubt I'll ever return to it, but I had a pretty good thing going on my kind of test run Fire Promoter file. Okay, we're going to proceed. Please, everybody show up. Please, everybody show up. It's TCW4. Please. Oh, my God. We are so fortunate that no one's fucked this yet. That nobody has, bailed on the show or anything. Everybody's here. All the stars are here. Now, I think we will skip the first 2 matches, but we'll watch EO's debut as well as the 2 title matches naturally. Samoa Joe and Thomas Walker, how does it go? 96%! What a match! Wow, we missed a good one. And once again, I'm going to keep noting the winners here. Winner, Thomas Walker. Just helps me, keep a little continuity. It doesn't matter at all. I'm pretty sure you could book the same matches over and over again. The game's not going to care. But, wow, what a match. Samoa Joe 0-3 in TCW. I thought he was going to be such an ace for us. And I mean, maybe his job is just to come in here and be enhancement. We'll get in there with a guy like Thomas Walker who nobody fucking knows. Put on a goddamn 96% clinic barn burner and get him over big to where he could be one of our top guys. So maybe that's where Samoa Joe is at this point in his career. But Samoa Joe has not won a match in TCW yet. 96%. What a way to get started. Now we have Dax Harwood, another recently signed talent. 94%. Wow. And the TCW original Jack Howard goes over again. We're bringing in these bigger names, these AEW talent names, and they're losing to our boys in great matches. Package pile driver. Jack Howard wins over Dax Harwood, who's not used to being a singles competitor, in fairness. Maybe he's a little lost out there. Jack Howard. All right, next match. Now that we've watched those skipped those matches, we're going to watch these, and they're going to be worse for some reason. Just wait. Falcon Ishigami's doing his job. Or her job. I don't know who. Well, Falcon could be a very unisex name. Here we go. All right. Matt Robinson and Io Sky going one-on-one. The first match we're watching tonight. Now, Matt Robinson is in an interesting place in his TCW career. He's also one of these originals via Jack Howard or Thomas Walker, who have had good single success so far. Matt Robinson as well, I believe, is 1-2. Which I'm a little surprised by. I don't know why, but I just looked at Matt and I thought maybe he was going to be our guy. But he's had trouble getting that momentum so far in TCW. Last time we saw him at TCW 3, wow, what a pedigree with the rolling R. He took on Bonesaw McGraw to decide who the first ever heavyweight champion would be. Of course, famously, Bonesaw was victorious. He'll be defending that same title against Mickey Williams in our main event here today. Now it's time for Matt Robinson to try to welcome a newcomer to TCW. By no means a newcomer to the Squared Circle or American Wrestling. The Genius of the Sky. Io Shirai, Io Sky, call her what you will. I call her just simply amazing. And what an honor to bring Io to TCW here today in this sold-out rural American gymnasium. So many people packed into the stands, enjoying their branded goods, I hope. I hope we sell out of them. Falcon counts the 1, and Io is up. And we're always looking at who do we want to bring in full-time here at TCW. If you come in and you put on a good show for us, that gets you on our short list. Right now, Blue Cane's on the short list, and we would love to get Io on that short list as somebody that we can maybe work with. In a permanent capacity, she's one of the greatest high-flyer wrestlers in the world today. Which would make her a natural for our junior heavyweight division. We will be deciding who our first ever junior wow, look at the dueling kicks. We will decide who our first ever junior heavyweight champion is today when Chucky and David Houston go one-on-one in our next match. Nice kick by Matt Robinson. Oh my God, raining those elbows down on Io, and the ref was looking to see if the Genius wanted to give up, but of course, she stuck it out. Oh, into the arm bar. Is Io going to tap out to that? Matt Robinson is fighting like a man possessed, like a man with something to prove, because that's what he is, folks. He was so close to being our first ever heavyweight champion. That's a distinction and a legacy, an accolade that you can only accomplish one time. Nobody can ever be our first ever heavyweight champion, ever again. Bonesaw has that distinction. Matt Robinson is trying to get back on the pad and fight toward greatness to get himself in championship contention again. Huge vertical suplex out of the ring. And then the axe handle off the apron. Matt is going nuts out here, but Io grabs the leg. I mean, there are still other titles that need distinguished. We still have not figured out. We still need to build a tag team division, let alone figure out who the tag champs might be. We could do heavyweight tag champs, junior heavyweight tag champs, 6-man tag champs. Whoa! With the Dominator, Matt Robinson is fighting like I've never seen him before. I think that loss to Bonesaw really woke him up. Oh, but Io gets up first. And let's say again, Io, a win here would be huge for her because, you know, we do want to know who our first junior weight challenger will be. Oh, what a nice release. German suplex. We do want to know who who could challenge another Dominator, Chucky or David Houston at TCW 5, whoever wins that title today. And Io would be a top shelf competitor for that title. If she were to beat Matt Robinson here today, this welcoming party in Cyan, that would definitely put her in the short running for that. Did I miss the first 2 matches already? No, I just skipped the first 2 matches. We're not going to watch every match. We're not going to, you know, blow all our steam out on the first couple matches. We just got straight to the interesting stuff. Although apparently both matches were fucking clinics. They were 96% and 94% apiece. Samoa Joe versus Thomas Walker and Dax Harwood versus Jack Howard. Whoa! Standing moonsault goes for the pin. Falcons counting 2. My fear is that for some reason they're better matches when we don't watch them. Wow! What a Hurricane Rana! That is the genius of the sky that we're used to seeing. Cheers to Dilly Tods. I certainly do not have decaf. I've got full calf blonde roast. Oh, there it is, the rolling R pedigree from Matt Robinson. Has that been enough? 3! Matt Robinson defeats Io Sky to get his mojo back. Tough loss for Io, but a great match. I'll be interested to see what the percentage is on that. We're going to go ahead and write that down. 88%! I told you, look. For some reason, the match is better when we don't watch it. That is the full Total Cuck experience. You don't even watch it, you just hear how good it was. Oh, it is normal calf. Yeah, no, this is a great time to have normal calf. 88%, don't love that number, but it is the percentage that was given to Matt Robinson's victory over Io Sky, Io Shirai. It brought our match average down to 92%, but that's still pretty good. I think most promotions would love to have 92%. And I'll tell you what I'm going to love to finally have at TCW. Our first ever junior heavyweight champion as Chucky making his debut. We never even vetted this kid. So he's going to come out and hopefully prove that he was a hire worth making. And he's going to take on the anti-gravity kid, David Houston. And we're going to decide who the first ever junior heavyweight champion is right here at TCW 4. Here we go! I'm scared. What the hell's in Chucky's hands? He's got little sticks in his hands. What's up, the Travista boy? As long as your average show is 80, you're fine. Welcome on in. Hey, wait a minute. You're the fellow who's always giving me tips on Fighting Road, is that right? I hope that's right. If not, then you're like, what the hell's he talking about? It's true. It's true. We got a lion masker in the chat. What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning into the live stream. I literally just before I started streaming finished recording the final episode of Fighting Road. So, Lion Mask's final stop on the Fighting Road will be coming out next week. He's a Lion Mask is an inside job. You're joining us just in time for our first ever junior heavyweight championship match here in Fire Promoter. As our young, sort of a young lion here in TCW, Chucky, the possessed killer doll, is taking on David Houston, the anti-gravity kid. David Houston, who I think is 3-0 so far in TCW. This guy's really proved to kind of become look, he's Aura Farman. He's kind of proven to be our ace here in the promotion. He's really stepped up. So, oh my God, what a crossface. Chucky's making wild sounds. Back and forth they go. Chucky's got a lot to say. I mean, characteristically so. He's yucking it up. This is Chucky's debut, and so, oh my god, he's having, oh my god, he's having to singularly prove that he's earned this opportunity by taking on David Houston, who's a 3-0 All-Star for us so far. And God, he's just beating the hell out of him. I mean, Chucky was gonna play dirty. You had to know it. And I mean, imagine to come in here and in your debut beat an undefeated workhorse like the Anti-Gravity Kid and a title match. I mean, what an opening statement that would be for Chucky. Likewise, David Houston has built so much, just so much esteem and credibility in his short career here. It would be heartbreaking were he to lose it to a new debut. Huge splash off the top, but Falcon calls the ropes. The Anti-Gravity Kid does not appear to have any bones. Wait a minute! Oh, 2-9! That close! Chucky was that close to becoming the TCW Junior Heavyweight Champion. And I mean, this isn't even a match. This is just a beatdown. How is this a submission move? Falcon Ishii, what is his name? The ref? Falcon Ishigami is treating, oh my god, that might be it. Is that it? Oh, another 2-9. He's treating, or I think it's Falcon Ishimori. What, he's breathing fire! Chucky is breathing fire in the ring! Another rear choke from David Houston! Is that going to be enough? David's trying to treat this like a classic wrestling match. Chucky is trying to truly beat him into submission, and the ref is prepared to call it that way. Reverse choke slam! Is that enough? 2! That's another 2-9. Is this Fire Promoter or Battle Bots? Chucky literally putting the fire in Fire Pro Wrestling World! Standing moonsault! It's David done it! No! So close! I mean, that was a true junior heavyweight tactic. The beautiful standing moonsault off the top. Chucky is just trying to pulverize his way towards the championship. Incredible drop kick off the ropes. Here comes David with another one. Basement drop kick. Oh, didn't quite get that. Whoa, pile driver from Chucky. Is he on it? Is he the champ? Chucky is the new junior heavyweight champion in TCW. You've got to be kidding me. Chucky has just brutalized his way through that match to win the junior heavyweight title, and his debut with the "Hey, I'm Chucky, wanna play" pile driver. David Houston gets his first loss in the greatest opportunity of his life. New champion crowned. Unbelievable. Chucky is the new champ. What does this mean for TCW? And that's just gotta hurt David Houston and all his fans in this rural gymnasium. Good grief, man. Main event time. That's rough. This is our first ever heavyweight championship defense. Bonesaw McGraw, who won that title against Matt Robinson at TCW 3, will now put it on the line against, I believe, another undefeated TCW original, the Hell Knight, the motherfucker, Mickey Williams, who we know has a very deep bag of tricks, maybe even deadlier than Chucky himself. There's no end to what he may utilize in this match here tonight, but Bonesaw's got the brass knuckles in kind. That's what's interesting about this, folks. There's no altruistic hero in this one. Bonesaw has become so comfortable with those brass knuckles since the very beginning. It's what helped him win that title against win the title against Matt Robinson. But in kind, Mickey Williams has got forks and claws and poison mist. Who is the baddest Mama Jamma? Well said, Dilly Tots. By the way, I have it on good authority that Lion Mask could make it the Fire Promoter. Sources say scouts are looking for Lion Mask right now as we speak. Mickey Williams goes for the early pin there. This is like This is like an Alien versus Predator here, right? Like, no matter who wins, we lose. I don't really know who I'm rooting for. Oh, spear from Mickey Williams. Mickey's been unstoppable since TCW started. Mind you, he'll break every damn rule in the book. Kendo stick! Bonesaw went for the chair. We're having a weapon off on the outside. Falcons, he beams him with the chair. Bonesaw. Now, you can use those weapons as long as you like on the outside. Bring them in the ring. That's going to be a different story. This is going to devolve into a fight. Oh, vertical suplex. Yes, I have it on good authority that Lion Mask is a... Oh! What a duel-off! He's available in the Universe of Fire promoter. It's just a matter of whether a scout can find him. I don't know if the scout we sent will find him, but... sources say Lion Mask is somewhere out there. And if we can find him, I mean, that's an instant hire. That's a Nepo hire from a different game mode. Mickey Williams, after that weapons battle on the outside, that was so appropriate for these two. And now we're trading blows. Who is the baddest son of a bitch in TCW? Bonesaw says it's him. Bonesaw is ready with a drop kick. Oh! Mickey rakes the eyes. Tries to pull him out of Bonesaw's skull. Is that enough? Not even close. Kicks out at one. I was going to say neither of these men have lost. I don't know if that's true. I can't remember if that's true for Bonesaw. Mickey Williams, I do believe, is 3-0. I mean, and far from the guy I want playing as the face of the company. Wow, look at the bridge. Hooks the leg, middle of the ring, not even a 2 quite yet. We are going to be here for a bit, folks, in this sold-out American Rural Gymnasium. Standing suplex, letting the blood rush to Bonesaw's head. Oh, and he's ripping him apart. He's shucking him. May have to watch the Fighting Road videos. Check it out if you want. Yeah, it's a totally pre-recorded playthrough in this game. This game's like career/story mode. It's like, whoa, wait, Bonesaw is running elbow drop. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's like a pro wrestling visual novel that you play through. You still actually play the matches, of course, but the story is told through like sort of text sequences. You make choices and stuff. And our original character from Fighting Road, his name is Lion Mask. And that series is about to conclude next week. Sidewalk Slam. So now is a better time than any. You can binge watch The Legend of Lion Mask. Whoa! Okiti Yapuri! I don't know what that literally translates to, but the short of it is that Bonesaw just stole one of Mickey Williams' moves, and he went for that classic elbow drop to the small of his back. Bonesaw's going for another elbow drop, but Mickey gets right back up. Oh, but Bonesaw stays in control. Mickey Williams is in serious trouble. No, he's not. Body slam. Back and forth we go. He's going downstairs. Classic Mickey Williams desperation move. No surprise at this point. If you've been paying attention to Mickey Williams, you knew he would go there, especially with the title on the line. But Bonesaw, after unleashing the arsenal, stealing moves, elbow drops, dueling Singapore canes with steel chairs, Bonesaw McGraw is still the TCW heavyweight champion in the worst match of the day. Go figure, with a simple blazing chop, putting the nail in the coffin of the Hell Knight. And Bonesaw has proven he is the first one able to take out the motherfucker, Mickey Williams. He retains! The question is, who the hell is going to challenge Bonesaw next? That's got to be our best show yet. 91% full house. Hopefully, it was really a full house. Look, there's Chucky of TCW. Won the TCW Junior Heavyweight belt to become the new champion. We actually sold it out! Great success! It was a full house. The audience loved the show. This will boost our popularity for sure. Now here's the big one. Did we actually make money off of this? We have not made money off of a show yet. But I figure it's increments. We've been hemorrhaging less and less month to month. Have we perhaps finally done enough to actually make a little money back. Lion Mask learned the ways of Fire Pro. It took a lot, man. It took a village. Travista Boy was in my comments being like, you know, you could do this, you could do that, which I appreciate. I don't always want help, but that was a game where I definitely wanted help. I was asking out loud. I was like, please, does anybody know how to do this? Because this game could be a little mysterious at times. And I think we've gotten to a good place with it. Even Fire Promoter. That's why I did a test run of this and played it for a few months in game, because it doesn't always do the best at explaining what the hell's going on in this game. And additionally, sometimes it's misexplained via mistranslations. Not many like to play this game, but it's my favorite. I've also noticed that a lot with like Reddit and stuff. I'll see people be like, I've got like 800 hours in this game and I've never played a match. Which I get. You know, I love to simulate things in wrestling games. We spend a extraordinary amount of time on this channel doing that, right? But I like a good career. I mean, I just felt like I was missing out. I was like, I got this whole game and I don't know how to play it. So it was a rewarding experience, and it really isn't that hard once you get the hang of it. It's just kind of mysterious. There's like, especially with there being no HUD, right? So it's like you're just kind of thrown into the deep end. This game has like a tutorial mode, but even still, I felt like I had a lot of questions after I played it. Once I watched one YouTube tutorial, it like all clicked into place, and then I had some very helpful folks in my comments telling me how to play. It's one thing if someone's out there telling you about secrets and spoiling surprises. It's a different thing altogether when someone is going, oh, there's a mechanic you're missing. Yeah, and I was having that a lot. I was being like, why can't I jump off the top rope? And people were helping me learn little things like that. Now, whether I actually successfully utilized that in my moveset from that point. All right, China and Ada Wong are the 25CW Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions. Storm is who's Storm? Junior Heavyweight Champion. Suzuki of New Japan won the New Japan title. Dorada of CMLL won the CML Heavyweight belt. I think he beat Hardy. There's a Hardy that won the TNA title. Go figure. Christopher Daniels and Kagetsu are the Stardom Tag Champions. Wow, so much is happening. And we made money! We made $40,000! That's a lot. I thought we were going to make like $2,000. Just enough to say it wasn't a loss. We made money. I would love to get $40,426 right now. And we have a singles tournament scheduled with Stardom. I don't know if we want to send anybody else to tournaments at this point in time. I think because that's going to take one person off our roster. We're still missing Bill Bullock. We're missing him so much. Did Shin Bito didn't get anybody? Come on. Shin Bito didn't find anybody. You gotta be kidding me. Or no, I don't know. Maybe it does it not tell, because I hired him for 3 months. Maybe it doesn't tell me until after the 3 months. I don't know. Because usually, my memory would like tell you after each show whether your scouts found anybody. Your net profit was almost as high as your expenses even. Dude, we're killing it. We're so good. TCW on top, baby. All right, where do we go from here? I spent so much time hyping up that show that I haven't spent enough time thinking about what comes next. We've got... I wanted to review those champions again. So we've got Bonesaw as our champ. We've got Chucky as the junior heavyweight champ. We do want to start looking to maybe get tag team action going. We just don't really have the roster for it, and I don't want to bring in a bunch of like part-time talent to do that. So we're going to earn our way to tag titles eventually. Looks like the Revolting Blob still a 25CW heavyweight champion. That's interesting. So who was the junior heavyweight tag champions? It's China and Ada Wong. That's interesting. And then we have Mankind's team, and then Julia's the WWE champion. It just says one of the members of the team. Oh, Orange. I was trying to figure out who the champ was. Orange Cassidy. And Tony Storm is the junior heavyweight champion. That's what it was. It said Storm. And I was like, well, Lance Storm? No, Tony Storm. Junior heavyweight champion. Big one for them. All right, we don't need to worry about what they're doing. Let's get back here. So, God, Ada Wong's a tag champion at 25CW. Our triple crowner. That sucks. So, first, let's see. How's our merch going? We still have goods. And these things are flying off the shelves, actually, now, if you can believe it. I hope the trend continues. We haven't sold out of them yet. We're just going to keep the goods going. How's our training center look? We can repair this stuff. Maybe we should get a doctor. Maybe we should get a doctor with our earnings. You think? Increases stamina recovery speed. Maybe we should do that. Let me think of what else we've got to do. Storm the X-Man. Let's see. We need to... Oh, let me see if anybody needs to go on vacation. Bill Bullock is still out for 2 months. Bonesaw's good. Normal, good, normal. Poor! Jack Howard's got to go. Fuck! And Thomas Walker. Oh boy, okay. All the more reason to maybe hire a doctor, but we're going to send Jack Howard on a training expedition to Japan. And that way, when he gets back, he'll be a little better. And Thomas Walker needs to go. Let's diversify. You're going to go to Europe. So this can increase their ability, I think their popularity in the region we've sent them to. And then also, it just takes them off the board for us for this month. So we don't book them in our show and potentially risk injuring them and losing them for even longer. That is a good reminder to save. Yeah, I could save before scouting. If they decline, you can exit and try again. I'm trying to not do that, you know. I'm trying to not cheese it, though. At a certain point, you know, if I really get fucked by it, I might. But I'm trying to play honest. But you are correct. If I offer somebody a contract, they say no, you could just reload and then offer somebody else a contract. But I'm trying to play honestly if I can. We'll see. Unless I really like get fired up about hiring somebody and then they fuck me. Okay, so also we'll put EO Sky on our potential shortlist here, joining Blue Cane of people we might hire. Now she is a junior, which is helpful to know. We need to bring in 2 people this month. We need to hire somebody and then maybe bring in... We need to at least hire somebody and bring in 1 new talent. Right? So now we'll put... I keep my notes here. Bill Bullock is out for 2 months now. And then Thomas Walker is on expedition, and so is Jack Howard. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 contracted wrestlers. So we want... Who do we want to hire? Let's see. That is the question. Man, look at these. I can't believe Ada Wong is in 2-5CW, our Triple Crown champion, and now she is a 2-5CW tag champion. I'm not surprised that she accomplished that. I'm just kind of hurt that she... I'm just hurt that she's still there. I feel betrayed, honestly. I gotta tell you, I've noticed that we cannot seem to get Nacho Libre in this game. I've not been able to find him in the world since really Mania 3, since he lost. There's a part of me, he's signed here and he's got a title. How does that work? They have a good relationship, so you can just steal people from other companies. I'm tempted to try to get Nacho's like arch nemesis Ramses at some point. You know, if it works so well, if Nacho was the face of WATCW, hard times, you know, maybe Ramses could be the face of TCW, but right now he's rocking it in CMLL. Who do we want to hire now? You could hire Io. I mean, she lost, but it's not, whether they win or lose is not really a concern. It's just, you know, did they show up and wrestle? Io Sky did show up and wrestle. These are the facts. I want another junior for sure. I keep coming, look, I can't help but know that, like, Buddy the Elf is the most logical choice. He makes too much sense. I just don't want to hire Buddy the Elf. I don't want to have to keep looking at Buddy the Elf. It was the second worst match on the card, but it was still good. It was still good. We'll keep that referee in there, too. He's helping out. El Grande Americano, kind of the same thing. He's like, this makes so much sense for us to get him. I just kind of don't want it. We're thinking too much with our heart and not with our brain. My heart and brain say don't hire Buddy the Elf. We get Jey Uso. He's a heavyweight. God, S rank though. He'd be a huge pickup for us. We also needed who's going to challenge Bonesaw. We need to decide who makes sense to challenge Bonesaw based on that last show. Thomas Walker and Jack Howard would have been our options, but they're both out of town. David Houston needs a junior. Yeah, we might just have to outsource. I mean, we could run Matt Robinson versus Bonesaw back, but Matt Robinson did beat Io Sky. That's got to count for something in a time where we don't have as much talent as we like. Like I said earlier, I'm just kind of afraid to bring in an outside talent against the champ and then risk us losing our title and having to like go chase it, because that can happen if you bring in somebody who doesn't work for you full time and they win your title. They will still keep your title, so you have to like get them to come back here and defend it. So I don't know. Maybe at some point we'll feel okay with doing that. Do we just want to go crazy and just hire a new heavyweight? Do we just want to hire fucking Kevin Owens and have him come challenge Bonesaw? We need to contract somebody. We could go that route. We need to hire somebody to challenge our junior or our heavyweight champion. That's what it is. We literally don't have another junior other than David Houston. How about we bring in... I mean, I just said I don't want to do this, but we're going to have to do it regardless. How about we bring in Buddy the Elf part-time to challenge Chucky? Let's see how he does. If he wins our title, that's going to be a disaster. Then we have to go get him. And then we'll have Matt Robinson, I think, run it back with Bonesaw. That's the way it's got to go. So let me start writing this out. Jason Voorhees, feel free to just throw out people you want me to hire. Do you want me to try Jason Voorhees? He looks like he's super cheap. Look at that. $618. He works Kings Road. He's cheap as hell. And he's not very popular, but we could change that. We could work on it. Let's start writing this down. TCW 5, right? So we could do Bonesaw versus somebody. We're thinking of doing Chucky versus Buddy the Elf. I hate that, but we're thinking of doing it. We need to do... So who else do we have? We've got Samoa Joe. We could do Samoa Joe versus Dax Harwood. I just got to write this. It's easier to write it out than I have to like think it out in the moment. David Houston's still there. We could do David Houston versus Mickey Williams. You know, like they both failed to win their titles, so we could do that even though they're a heavy and a junior. And what else have we got here? And then we might run it back with Matt Robinson since he beat Io. But I do want to offer somebody a contract. Hold on. Should I just hire Buddy the Elf? I should hire somebody and then bring in a contracted talent. I can't decide. I have a weird number of wrestlers. I could bring in 2 part-timers. That's something we can do as well. I don't want to miss the opportunity to sign somebody. Kings Road, it's a very specific type of wrestling. It's very popular in Japan. It's like it's just, and to be honest with you, as far as match style goes in this game, I don't know how much you really notice the difference in the actual match itself. It's just like putting them in that category. But Kings Road is like you like start off. I will have trouble articulating it, and it won't sound like this will just sound like wrestling probably, but it's like there's kind of a rhythm to it where you start off with your small moves and try to work like kind of a realistic style, and you like build up to huge big moves later in the match. So there's like this trajectory as you go. I'm not the one to really try to explain it to you, but it's a popular long-standing kind of work style in Japan. What's the elf salary? Great question. I mean, he's cheap. Look. We should start negotiating. I mean, he's good for us. What can I say? Let's try to sign him. Fuck! Buddy the elf fucked me! He didn't sign. It's our first time we've ever had somebody say no because I tried to lowball him. And now I can't sign anybody this month. I knew Buddy the Elf was bad news. I knew it! Do you think he would come in as a temporary? And now I'm like, but I'm committed. Do you think he would come in and just work part? Well, I can't. I don't want to know. I can't. That's a trap. I can't have him come in and work part-time to face Chucky because now I don't know if he'll sign. And now I'm in a real tough spot. I mean, look, I don't have to have a junior heavyweight title match, but we've got a junior heavyweight champion now. People are going to want to see him. So now I don't sign anybody. And now I have to find a junior in here. Should I just try El Grande Americano? Another guy I don't really want to sign all that much. He's 11,000 just to come work one date. Come on. El Grande's coming. All right, update my notes. Buddy the Elf fucked me big time. And then if El Grande wins the title, then obviously we have to sign him. I don't really want to, but them's the breaks, brother. That's the wall up there, brother. All right. We got anything else I'm forgetting? Is it worth trying to bring in 2 more? You know what? We're gonna play it safe, but I'm gonna spend the extra money on getting a doctor. I think that's the responsible thing to do, right? Now I'm gonna save again. And again, I'm gonna try to do the honest thing. Well, nobody should, in theory, no-show. No, El Grande still could. What was El Grande? Was he strong style? Did I see that right? It'll tell me in here. He could no-show. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna have TCW 5 is Samoa Joe, who's never won a match, surprisingly, against Dax Harwood. 2 elite fellas out here doing it. David Houston versus Mickey Williams. That'll be a good one. Oh wait, I didn't book Matt Robinson. We gotta book Matt Robinson. I already know what I'm gonna do. This one. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm all mixed up. I am gonna do Matt Robinson in the main event. Sorry, I got all excited. I wish you could just save the card and then back out and come back in, but it doesn't let you do that. All right, Samoa Joe. And hopefully our boys will come back feeling nice and rejuvenated. We'll have a big roster to book with. We could start maybe doing tag matches again on the next one. Okay, Dax Harwood. I thought I'd forgotten Matt Robinson. I was going to go do him and Jason Voorhees, but maybe next time. David Houston and Mickey Williams. We're going to watch that one. I don't remember if I've done any of these before. I'm not too worried about that. We don't have that many guys who work here, so. All right, we got Chucky versus El Grande Americano, who is strong style. Junior heavyweight. So we're going to tell them to work strong style. What happened here? Why did it say it? Okay, I thought I was like, did I misremember and El Grande wasn't a junior? All right, we got that rocking. A shorter show. It's strong style. We're going to run it back. Matt Robinson. Why is Bonesaw blacked out? Oh, because he's already in there. All right, we got a full house again. It's not a very expensive show. We've got Falcon in here. I think we'll just leave it as is for now. So we got 4 matches, 2 title matches, Matt Robinson rematch against Bonesaw. I don't know if it's totally fair to say Matt Robinson earned that. He did beat Io Sky. But, you know, we've got a reduced roster, so we just got to stick to what we know. They're going to run it back. They got great chemistry. Falcon is the ref. Let's go. All right. It's ended up being a pretty expensive show, but that's with our $30,000 doctor included. All right. Please don't fuck me, El Grande. Please show up. Oh. What a relief. Look at this tiny little baby show. Okay, we're gonna skip this one. Not too invested in that. And it wasn't a very good match. Wow, Samoa Joe is just exclusively putting people over. Winner was Dax. I'm just making these notes for myself, so between these streams I could like see who's really winning and like what's an interesting match we haven't done yet. All right, not a great start. You'd expect better from those two. We are gonna watch David Houston versus Mickey Williams. I think there's something here. These are 2 of our guys, and they have really shown up for us. Even though neither succeeded in getting their championship, this is a huge way to get momentum back against one another. And really, you couldn't get more different than these 2. David Houston, to me, he is that white meat babyface. He's probably our best in-ring worker. He's the anti-gravity kid. People love to rally behind this guy. It's as shocking to me as it is to anybody. I'm going to reduce the slide. It's as shocking to me as it is to anybody that David Houston is not our first ever junior heavyweight champion. Chucky got it from him, and Chucky played dirty. And nobody plays dirtier than the motherfucker, Mickey Williams, the Hell Knight. Oh, what a nice gut-wrench suplex. So this is the opportunity to really get your mojo back. Oh, and there it is. The first time of the day, surprisingly, the fork to the head. Stabbed in the head with the fork. Unbelievable. I mean, it's not unbelievable. You should believe every bit of this if you're doubting it at this point. And Falcon starts the 5 count. Still incredible to me that doing these things is an immediate means for disqualification, but apparently here at TCW, you are allowed to do that for 5 seconds, but you have to stop. David Houston is bleeding all over the ring. David Houston has to be so frustrated after Chucky came in on his debut and won the junior heavyweight title and broke every damn rule in the book in order to do it. Mickey Williams represents that same mindset, and David Houston has a possible potential to fight back at that, but Mickey Williams is gnawing on him like beef jerky. Mickey loves matches versus Houston. Houston hates matches versus Mickey. Mickey Williams is a sick fuck, and that's why I thought maybe he'd be the one to beat Bonesaw. Bonesaw has been incredible for us. Our first ever heavyweight champion, won in his big title defense against Mickey Williams at TCW4. Now it will be Matt Robinson who gets another shot at that same title today. Has Matt learned enough? Has he grown? Has he changed well? Ow, downstairs. To try to take on Bonesaw, or will Big Bonesaw be ready once more? Let in the blood rush to the head with that vertical suplex. And there's a lot of blood to rush. It is all over that mat. Personally, I kind of hate to see David Houston like this because he is a guy who I do think could easily become the face of this company. That face is being marred out there. No, not the face! Not the face! We need to put that on programs and social media. We need to have that available for meet and greets with the kids later, Mickey. Leave him alone. I wonder if matches versus Mickey drops the wrestler's condition more. That's an interesting question. I don't know. I don't know if it works that way or not. I would think, I guess, in theory, if like somebody had a poor work rate, like if they were D grade, that would be somebody that could potentially hurt your wrestlers more. But I mean, oh, a spear! I think working with Mickey Williams will decrease your health, mind, body, and spirit. I mean, to look at the card and know you've got to come deal with this today. This guy is not here to wrestle. He is here to send you to hell. Good grief. Stop it! Stop it! He is not a 5 for 5 entree at Chili's! He has nowhere. They're booing. This gymnasium is booing. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. They are fucking sick of Mickey Williams. It must have been so nice to see Bonesaw give him a taste of his own medicine with the brass knuckles. We've typically lamented the brass knucks in those title matches with Bonesaw, but nobody could deserve it more than Mickey Williams, who's getting choked in reverse there by David Houston, who might just have to fight a little dirty well when it needed a face and a standing moonsault. Is that enough? Mickey out at 2. David Houston may just have to cut to the chase here, and because he's getting cut into ribbons once more. Where does he pull these things from? Where does he get these wonderful toys? Down we go. Unreal, man. We gotta like rewrite the rules for Mickey Williams. Throws him to the outside, and this gymnasium is pissed. Not the kendo stick. Not the kendo stick. No, not. Oh, what is that? It's just a piece of plywood. Oh my God. No, he's just swinging a plank of wood out there. He's got to put that down. He's going to get disqualified. If you can believe there's a way for Mickey Williams to get disqualified, we haven't seen it yet, but there is. Nice drop kick. Beautiful. I mean, these guys are just doing different things out here. Not the kendo stick. Oh my God, now he's biting the back of his neck. He's choking him and biting him at the same time. You would typically need to pay a lot of money for service like that. David Houston's getting it for free, as well as a fierce forking in the front row. People are going to have to put up like plastic in the front row for Mickey Williams matches, like they're in the splash zone. Whoa, David Houston! I thought he was going to hit him with the chair, and I would have been all for it. David Houston was going to try to pull a fast one and get Mickey Williams disqualified. That is not what I would be doing. I would not be trying to get Mickey Williams disqualified, because if it hasn't happened already, it ain't going to happen now. Jesus, he is just beating him like a government mule out there. There's blood on the floor. This is a school gymnasium. We can't have blood all over the floor. Oh, pile driver! Up top. Look at the audacity. The ref's trying to count David down. Big, soaring drop kick. I don't know how David's still standing, let alone wrestling. Once again, slams him down. Into the pin. Has David done it? No! 2.9. Somehow David is still fighting, but Mickey Williams has just done so much damage. Look at this match. Look at these two fighting for the heart and soul of TCW. Sometimes it doesn't need to be a championship match. It's enough to just put pride on the line and prove who is the better man. Mickey Williams humbled slightly by the heavyweight champion Bonesaw McGraw Spear, but not here today by David Houston. And there he is. He's got him in the Cobra crossface, and that's it. The Cobra sleeper. David Houston is out like a light, and Mickey Williams and his path of carnage is the winner here today. What a disgusting son of a bitch. And not a great match. Here's the thing about Mickey Williams. You're not going to get a technical masterclass from Mickey Williams. We're never going to get to this screen with Mickey Williams and see a big match percentage, because what he does doesn't even really legally constitute as wrestling. And I do think it's a crime in most counties. But the King Cobra hold makes Mickey Williams the winner here today. Wow. And we're moving on. We got to get out of here. We got to call the cops. Winner was Mickey. Here we go. It's our first ever Junior Heavyweight Championship title defense. Chucky, the new first ever champ in our league's history, puts the title on the line against El Grande Americano Original. Oh no! Who said that? Was it Grande? Chucky's got so much to say. It was probably him. Now El Grande Americano, we got some history with this guy back in WATCW. He was a member of El Diablo de Patas for a brief time. I know I saw Suge in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still around, but El Grande was one of his guys. He really was committed to El Grande. What barbed wire covered pants? What the fuck, Chucky? Oh no! He didn't pan out the way Suge had hoped, but he's still out here putting on classics. The Mask v Mask and AAA this year was probably one of the best. Oh my God! Another barbed wire bat to fucking El Grande. El Grande Original looking for a new home, and here tonight, oh, he's got the ankle locked in. He is challenging for the TCW Junior Heavyweight Championship. Not the fork! We've got another forkman in this. Okay. We may have to start a fork-based stable. The fork again. I mean, where do they get these forks? We gotta put locks on these things in catering. Oh my God! El Grande's bleeding everywhere. What is happening to our precious TCW? I did not mean to make some ultraviolet deathmatch promotion. Oh my God! He's got the mask on, but it's offering very little defense against that fork. You have to imagine. Is piercing the mask, piercing the skull of El Grande Americano Original. And I mean, look, Jesus! Did Mickey Williams teach him this in the back? Maybe he was inspired by the prior match. I don't think Chucky busted a fork out against David Houston not one time. And now he's using all the tools in his arsenal. Barbed wire bats, forks. Oh no! You got a doctor. You don't have a cafeteria though, or something. What? 5 minutes! I only needed him for 5 minutes. Chucky beats El Grande. It's not even a 6 minutes. It's gonna be our shortest match in history. 68%. What the fuck? El Grande loses to the junior heavyweight champion, Chucky. What is happening to our sweet promotion? I came in here for the underdog story to build us up. I mean, our average match percentage is dog shit today. We are keeping our title. But this has been rough. I feel like we're just seeing the bad boys come in and take over. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, you know? I need Matt Robinson to pull this together for us. What do we have to believe in as fans here at this point? Morale's in the gutter. I got everybody using kitchen utensils. That was the worst match we've ever seen. El Grande Americano, I spent like $11,000 to bring him here. And he just got beaten up with weapons on the outside, on the inside. He's not going to want to come back here after that. Oh, winner was Chucky. And now we've got this. I mean, El Grande could be on my short list for a potential hire, I guess, but I don't think he's going to want to come back here. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't. Would you take 11 grand to let a haunted doll fork your head for 5 minutes? Yeah, I might. Times are tough out here. I might. Bonesaw and Matt Robinson, here we go. Matt Robinson, I'm hoping, got enough of his groove back with his win at TCW4 over EO Sky. But Bonesaw has just been so resolute. I don't really know. I don't know. Bonesaw, I think, may be undefeated. Let me see. He's undefeated today. Bonesaw McGraw evidently did lose at some point. Oh, Bonesaw lost to David Houston. Wow, interesting. I mean, David Houston's a huge get for us. It's a shame that he's a junior and thus unable to challenge Bonesaw for the title. Because that definitely feels like the big question, is whether anybody can beat Bonesaw McGraw. Our first ever heavyweight champion. He had a great successful defense against Mickey Williams. And somehow Bonesaw now, who started off to me as kind of the antagonist of this whole thing, really feels like, you know, a pretty upstanding character compared to Mickey Williams and fucking Chucky. And most of all, Buddy the Elf, who refused to come work here. Because I didn't offer him enough money. I thought Buddy the Elf was a sweet soul from the North Pole. I thought he would have... Oh my god, I thought Buddy would have signed for, you know, some gumdrops. Big vertical suplex out of the ring, checking his wrists. Bonesaw, oh my god, what is happening? Is this TCW one night stand? Enough with the weaponry. If I wanted to see death matches, I would book them. Big spine buster. If I wanted death matches, that's what we would promote this as. This is supposed to be a good old fashioned wrestling show down home at your local American gymnasium. Okay, and these guys are just committing crimes They're ruining childhoods. Kids are going to go home and have nightmares. They're going to be scrubbing the blood out of this gymnasium for days. It's going to totally fuck up with their field day at this school. Wow, 2-9 after what looked like either a choke slam or Uranagi. Bonesaw in firm control here again. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm not sure Matt Robinson has it. God damn, is that enough? Another one. It is. Bonesaw once again, and still, the heavyweight champion of TCW. Who can stop this guy? Who can even try? Who are we going to ask to? 69%. Nice. But unfortunately, this has been a rotten show for match quality. Good grief, guys. Bonesaw still the champ. No one goes home happy. A sumo choke slam. We at least did, in fact, sell out the show. The fans weren't satisfied, worried about our next event because all the matches were dog shit. None of the babyfaces won. Julia and Phoenix are now the WWE Tag Champions. And Willow and Ela are the Heavyweight Tag Champions. And AEW Ramses of CMLL is now the Junior A Heavyweight Champ. I kind of want Ramses. Kimura of Stardom with the Stardom Heavyweight Championship. We made money a lot less than last time, but that's probably because we bought that doctor. Profits are going up. Nothing noteworthy happened this month. I need Shin Bito to find somebody for me. Maybe after the 3 months, Shin Bito will chime in and say something. Sting! 25CW signed Sting? God damn it. Jack's back. He's ready to take on the world. Thomas is ready to take on the world. Prince Nana of AEW was arrested for aggravated assault. What the hell? Prince Nana's going to jail. That'll hurt his popularity. That's a shame. Swerve Strickland's walking down by himself. I'm pretty sure Swerve's booked for redemption tonight. That's too bad. Holy Toledo. Alright, let's go ahead and save. I hope none of our guys go to jail. Thank goodness that wasn't us. Alright, but note to self, do not hire Prince Nana. He's out here hitting people. Though it might be aggravated assault like El Grande Americano in the elevator, and when the other side comes out, it's like totally justified. Somebody might have been talking shit to Prince Nana and got what was coming to him. Alright. Probably. He seems like a nice guy. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Justice for Nana. Alright. First of all, let's get our training center repaired. And then we'll see if anybody else needs to go on a training expedition. Holy smokes! I gotta pay our doctor $450 a month? Hashtag justice for Nana. We're still trying to get these damn goods out off the shelf, so I'm gonna leave them where they are. Do you think we could sell some branded snacks? Let's try. Let's try to sell some Mickey Williams murder bites. Murder mozzarella bites. Alright, let's see if anybody needs to go on a trip. Bill Bullock is still out for 1 month. Bonesaw's good. David Houston's in bad shape, I would say, after what just happened to him. Alright, David Houston, you go to Latin America. I think you'll be a hit there for 1 month. Such a shame to be without David. Alright, the fucking forks. He got tetanus or something. So we're going to send him off on a trip. He's going to Latin America where you get a tetanus shot. Jack Howard and Thomas Walker are back, but our big guy, David Houston, no longer on the card this month. Anybody else? David Houston. I had a feeling Samoa Joe. Alright, Joe. They'll love you back over in Japan, right? So... okay, we're down 2 boys again. Well, down 3 because we still don't have Bill Bullock. Everybody's like, where is Bullock? Alright, oh, Sting being in 25CW kills me. Let's see. I'm gonna save again. Who do we want to sign? I'll tell you who we're not going to sign. Buddy the Elf. We need to bring in somebody. It's time. It's time. I've decided. Human resources? Offer contract. It's time, I think. I've been teasing it. We may not have one Samoan Joe, but we could bring in another one. The big dog. Okay, we need somebody to come in and challenge Bonesaw. We need somebody to come in and whip this league into shape. I think we got to get the WATCW Men's Champ of the Year, Roman Reigns, into TCW before somebody else gets him. Although we have to lie and say we're a strong style promotion. We have to trick him. All right. And look, this hurts me as much as it hurts you. I know the world is so tired of Roman Reigns. Okay, I'm not over here flying his flag, but all I know is this guy did great business for me at WATCW. He won a Wattsker. I think he won several. Former world champ, people's champ. He's the king of Halloween. How could we not have him back on our good side? Let's try. He's popular enough in the region. Good worker. He might be the guy to beat Bonesaw. They don't hate us. He better not. Especially because I'm going to offer him 10 grand. What? Roman said no? Come on. After all the business the Tribal Chief and I did together, after everything he accomplished with the Real Wrestlers last season, Roman's gonna say no to me? I even gave him the middle of the road deal. I didn't even lowball him. 10 grand. Now I can't hire somebody this year, or this month. Which means we have, okay, again, we've got, I think, how many people we have working here right now? 1, 2, 3. No, David's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 people contracted ready to work again today. We need to at least be 8 so that everybody has an opponent. So we got to bring somebody in. Who can we invite? Oh, I'm so mad about this. And Indy Hartwell's injured too. She's in the hospital. Fucking Roman. Would Roman come in as a temp? Like, can we just get his interest that way? Dilly wanted to see Jason Voorhees. I think that's a good call. Jason, you want to come work a match? I mean, it costs nickels. What the fuck? Nobody wants to come work here. Now I can't. He doesn't want to come work because why? We're showmen. I didn't know they could deny you that. He's King's Road, so I also should have changed it to King's Road before I invited him. I thought it didn't matter. The risk was if you didn't book them in the right match style, they could no-show. I didn't know they could say no, though. Oh, I know they could say no, but not because of that. Okay, well, Jason's not going to work here this month either. We need a... Hold on. Who do I have any other... I don't think I have any other junior to challenge except David Houston. And where do I see that? Bill's out. Jack's a heavyweight. Thomas is a heavyweight. We've got to bring in a junior to challenge Chucky. That's just how it is right now. I should have tried to hire a junior. Fucking. You think we could get? Do you think Buddy the Elf would come just work here, work one day? I don't know if I should do that though. I don't know if I should do that because what if he wins a title and then won't sign? This is the perpetual issue that we keep having, is that we need more juniors to work here. We're bringing in meat for the Hound, Chucky. Buddy, will you just come work one day? Yes, he will. And then it's fine if he's never gonna work here again though after what Chucky does to him. All right, Buddy Elf is here. Who should challenge Bonesaw for the title? I think which one of our guys is winning a bit more? Is it Jack Howard or is it Thomas Walker? I think Thomas Walker's had more luck. Thomas Walker and Jack Howard both won at TCW 4. We could run a number one contenders match for next time, but then we have to decide who's facing Bonesaw today. We have 8 people now. I mean, if we bring another person in, then we have to bring in another person so it's even. I want everybody here to wrestle. Or we just... I wish we could do a triple threat, or I'd just say Bonesaw versus both of them. Let's do... I mean, Jack Howard's the baby face of the two. Let's do Jack Howard. Let's see if he can underdog it. Let's go. Okay, let's figure it out as we go. We've got... Do we want a better ref? Those match percentages were rough. Maybe Mike Armstrong could come in and give us what we need. Okay, so we've got... We know we've got Buddy the Elf versus Chucky. Let's do... Joe's out, Bill's out. Let's do... Opening match. David Houston's out as well. Opening match can be... We can do Dax. Let's think. No. We can do... No, what's happening? Who we got here? I can't wait till we have everybody back. Then we can start really getting nuts. We could do Dax. We got the Elf. Dax is a heel. We could do... Oh, we gotta get Chucky in as a heel. He has no affiliation. He's definitely a fucking broke boy. We could do Dax and Matt Robinson potentially. We have a lot of heels. Let's just not even worry about face and heel. Let's do Dax Harwood versus Matt Robinson. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Dax Harwood versus Matt Robinson. Let's do Mickey Williams versus Thomas Walker. That's going to be a big heel showdown. I think both of them like to use forks. The open fork invitational. We got Chucky versus Buddy the Elf, who is a showman, so we shouldn't have to change our match style. Oh, okay, we need to say it's a title match and then pick who goes in it. Got it. The Elf. If Buddy the Elf wins that title, I'm gonna lose it. And then I think again another little baby show. Hopefully people like this show. And then Bonesaw is gonna defend against Jack Howard, who's been on a good run. He just went on an expedition to Japan, I think, or Europe. I forget which one he went on. So he's feeling great. We're going to have Mike Armstrong ref this match. We got the branded snacks back out there. We're advertising on social media. It should be a full house. Everybody should show up. Please don't fuck me, Buddy the Elf. If he no-shows, it's going to be the worst show of all time. All right, and then hopefully what will happen is when we finish, triple threat is not an option, unfortunately. Yeah, it's only singles matches. We can do singles, tag, and then, yeah, different variations of tag matches. They do not have triple threats in this. So, all right, let's rock with this. And then what should hopefully happen next month at TCW... Is this TCW 6? This is TCW 6. At TCW 7, we should hopefully have our full cast of characters unless anybody else needs to go on a training expedition. I think we should also learn if Shin Bito found anybody for us. Alright, let's go. Proceed. Please don't fuck me, Buddy the Elf. Not again. Don't fuck me again. It's June. What do we got in June at TCW? Oh. Alright, we're going to skip this match, Dax and Matt. That's okay. And it was fine. Dax won? That's a big win for Dax. That's going to count for something. Let's watch this one. I want to see how nasty this match gets. Mickey Williams versus Thomas Walker. The big one we got to run someday, just for the hell of it. Mickey Williams versus Chucky. That's going to be disgusting when it happens. Let's see how this goes. I want to see if we get some fork v fork action, because I think Thomas Walker also busts out the fork. So we had Dax defeated Matt, and now we've got this one. This one's just for the love of the game. Let's see how it goes. This could either be a total disaster, or this could be, you know, their aligned destructiveness could really make a difference. Thomas Walker also just went on an expedition. We'll see if he learned anything wherever he went. I do think there's a fork faction forming here. I have this vision. Wow, look at that ref. That's a hot fucking ref, dude. Look at Zaddy ref over here. Holy smoke, Mike Armstrong. Our match percentage is just gonna go up just from that. Everybody looking at that dude. Hot ref. Whoa, what an avalanche move. I feel like there's potential for Mickey Williams, Thomas Walker, and Chucky to form a fork faction. Feel free to pitch potential fork faction names. I'm open to it. There it is! A fork! The forkman! Mickey takes the fork for the first time in his career in TCW. It is Mickey who takes the fork, and he can dish it out, but can he take it? The Mother Forkers! The Mother Forkers is huge. I wish you could form actual defined factions in the game. You just can kind of define who's babyface and who's heel, and that's how you sort them. I wish we could. I don't know if they would make any difference, but not the kendo stick. But I think we have some sort of fork club coming out for sure. So this is like there's mutual respect here in a weird way. Live by the fork, die by the fork. There is a stable option. Oh, but Thomas Walker, I don't think he knows that one. There is a stable option, but that's really all it means. It's just defining who's babyface and who's heel. You can't like form sub factions unless we want to imply that every heel in this company is on the fork fact is in Fork Club. I love the idea that our version of Bullet Club is Fork Club. And it could be maybe they'll become like NWO though, like where it really is just like half the locker room is in the dumb heel faction, and they're all using forks. I can edit all their movesets to have the fork move. Ah! Mickey's biting Thomas Walker. They're both bleeding. This is so gross. I'm just giving in at this point. I'm relenting, right? At TCW 6, or this is TCW 6. At TCW 5. I was so upset that they were getting so disgusting and mean and violent out here. Big standing suplex to the outside. I'm just throwing caution to the wind. I'm saying, let me take two of the nastiest mother forkers in my league. Both guys are getting forked. Go out there and work this out, all right? This is how you think wrestling is done. Go out there and work together. Don't get double counted out, I swear to God. The woke and broke, yeah. So woke and broke was what I'm labeling. I labeled my faces and heels in the game, and that is the same thing as the stable. Fork time! Yeah. So woke and broke just means face and heel. I just changed the name of it, and it's not really what you would think of as your traditional like stable system. Thomas Walker going for the pin. Thomas Walker, by the way, it was so easy at the beginning to like discount these no-name TCW original guys that they just kind of gave us, right? You think, oh man, I can't wait to just move on and hire some real talent like Samoa Joe or Bonesaw McGraw. Good grief, they've showed up for us. I said at the start, I'm committed to making these guys stars. They showed up for me at the very beginning when they had no obligation to. I'm paying them hot dogs and handshakes to go out here and lose liters of blood. I'm committed to make these guys stars. I think that is a fun way to go. I'm here to show up for my people. Even if they are sadistic fuckers who probably should just be in jail with Prince Nana. What a move! He's aura farming. I can tell you this, whatever Prince Nana supposedly did is not half as bad as what these guys are doing in here. They're just getting paid to do it, and that makes it okay. Big splash from Thomas Walker. What my point was, Walker's been on a good run. Well, a win here for me, personally, would definitely put Thomas Walker on the path to maybe a world title shot. But he's got to get through Mickey Williams. Oh, ring the bell down below. Alternatively, I could totally see a world where these guys maybe go after the tag titles together. They did team up before. We did have them go against Dax Harwood and Blue Cane. And I do believe these guys were victorious. So these are the only two guys who have ever won a tag team match in TCW. And this is just, this isn't a grudge match here. This is a weird show of respect. I think it really, what this is, and we're just seeing who's going to become the leader of the Mother Forkers. The Fork World Order. The Fork Club. Who's going to lead it? Potentially Chucky should. He is the junior heavyweight champion. That's got to count for something. Maybe when and if Chucky ever loses the title, he's going to have to mix it up with the Fork Club. Oh, Thomas Walker wins! Wow! Live by the fork, die by the fork. Thomas Walker is the one to humble Mickey Williams, and it took a fork to do it, but that is a massive monument, and it was a good match. Interesting. So when one man uses a fork, it's not a good match. When two guys use a fork, great match. 94%. Unfortunately, I think we're a fork fed. We're a fork promotion. I think that's our brand, unfortunately, I'm learning. Thomas Walker, huge win, and I think that's going to establish him as as Fork Prime. Woo! All right, here's a big one for me, and this could be really upsetting to see, by the way. Thomas beats Mickey. Fight. Buddy the Elf challenges Chucky for the TCW Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, Buddy the Elf, I worked with Buddy the Elf before in WATCW, way back at the first fight after Christmas. At WATCW Forbidden Door. Buddy the Elf did compete in the first ever Fight After Christmas match. Was not successful in winning that title way back in the day in 2K22. It was Kevin McAllister who won that Christmas title. But now we've got Buddy the Elf back in the mix against Chucky to try and win the TCW Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now Chucky's been nothing but just upsetting. He's in there. He's always making noises. He's using. God, he's got Buddy in the cross. Oh, Buddy's screaming. He's gonna bust you open. He will use that fork. He is not afraid to do it. Buddy, is a pure white baby meat. Baby meat, pure. Oh no! Pure white baby meat. No, what's the a white meat baby face? Is what I'm looking for. White meat baby face is the phrase, not pure white baby meat. This fork's got me thinking about that baby meat. I'm losing it here. I've not had any silly soda pops today. He went downstairs with Buddy the Elf. Back into the crossface. And Chucky just absolutely massacred El Grande Americano last time. I mean, can Buddy make it to 6 minutes? Right? Like, we'll see. Buddy, as far as I can tell, very popular in this part of the world and a good worker. Oh, with that, was it a black hole slam? But I don't know. Chucky is just indomitable. He is so scary. Huge pickup for us, by the way. I'm so happy he did not fall to another promotion. But I need a little levity in TCW. We just got started, and I feel like a dark cloud has drifted over this promotion, where the worst actors in the back have taken over, and Fork. No, not the Fork World Order is taking over everything. I need somebody to get in here and remove all the forks from this gymnasium. We're only serving like smoothies in the back from this point forward. If you need a fork to eat it, we're not serving it. Fork the elf. And look, I would have. Oh my god, what a goddamn driver. Buddy is gushing once again. His elf blood is getting all over the ring. Christmas is far away, but it could be canceled depending on what Chucky does here. And then it is interesting. Buddy the Elf makes toys. Chucky is a toy. Will Buddy's expertise around dolls and such... Oh, give him an advantage. I don't think so. Big pile driver. Buddy kicks out at 2.9. We saw Chucky finish El Grande Americano with that same pile driver. I thought he'd completed the hat trick, but Buddy is rallying, and he's going to try to take that title on the road. If Buddy the Elf wins, he will be TCW Junior Champion. He'll be taking that title back to the North Pole. I'm making a big risk. He's got him in the Boston Crab. Is Chucky going to tap to Buddy the Elf? No, he doesn't. Oh, another huge pile driver. That's got to be it. Chucky retains. Yes, indeed, he does. Nobody can stop this damn doll. What has happened to my sweet little TCW? It's just straight villains with forks. And again, not a terrific match. I mean, not bad, but not terrific. The Hey, I'm Chucky, want to play pile driver claims another victim. Buddy the Elf, you know, I at least can sleep a little easily knowing my title's not getting taken to the North Pole. Here we go, Jack Howard. Can Jack Howard bring a little levity to TCW? Okay, Chucky beats Buddy. I gotta write that down now. That's a sentence I have to write. Jack Howard, the Hollywood Hunk, one of our original baby faces, one of our original woke warriors in TCW. He's been on a good run. He just went on a big training expedition to, I believe, either Japan or Europe. I don't remember which one it was. Let's see what he learned. Let's see if he's cooled off and refreshed and is ready to go all the way, clear the distance, and be the first one to defeat Bonesaw for that heavyweight championship. Bonesaw has beaten Matt Robinson twice to defend that title. He's defeated Mickey Williams. Now Jack Howard will have a go at it. I haven't figured out what rematch rules will be in this. Back in WATCW, we ran the Radis rule. I got to rename that. That shit's pretty tainted to me these days. Where if you had 2 consecutive title defenses, you were owed an automatic rematch after losing it. If we are keeping that rule, Bonesaw will do a rematch when he loses. He has successfully defended that title twice. I say when he loses, I should say if he loses, because no one's proven, no heavyweights have proven they can beat Bonesaw. Only David Houston has managed to do it, and unfortunately, David Houston cannot challenge for this title. David Houston also on a training expedition after being forked to hell. Yes, Chucky did indeed beat Buddy the Elf to defend the Junior Heavyweight Championship. He hit him with 2 pile drivers and sent him packing on his way back to the North Pole. Back and forth we go. Bonesaw and Jack Howard here. We'll see what this means. I mean, I'm rallying for Jack here. I need somebody to believe in. I need somebody to cheer for. I need somebody that people can rally behind. And it just feels like villainy has overcome in TCW, and it happened so quickly. This is only our 6th show in company history. We haven't even made it out of the gymnasium. And a dark fork-shaped cloud has wandered over our sweet little promotion. The match rating was like 75%. Not terrible, but not excellent. Brass knuckles! I mean, Bonesaw's not in the Mother Fork World Order, but he's still, you know, I mean, he's been a great champ, don't get me wrong. Bonesaw brought a lot of shine early on. He was the first one to ever sign the dotted line and become TCW tailor-made. So for that, I've got to give him all the love and credit in the world. Has not been able to has not been beaten since winning the title. Big body slam. Jack Howard, the Hollywood Hunk, gonna try to get it done today. Mike Armstrong, the hottest ref in the biz. Dilly, I should have known you stepped away because I was so surprised you didn't point out that instead of saying white meat baby face, I said, what did I say? Instead of saying white meat baby face, I said like white hot baby meat. White face baby meat or something. It was just one of the most disastrous commentary calls I've ever made, and I just knew there was no way you wouldn't have emphasized that moment, so I definitely believe you were not sitting here when I said it. I was just waiting for you to come in and emphasize what a nightmare phrase I'd issued. Wow, what a great move by Howard. No, not Howard. This is Howard. I mix up Jack Howard and Thomas Walker a lot. Big DDD from Howard the Hunk. Pretty good back and forth, I gotta say. He thinks he's done it. I'm not sure about that. Bonesaw had it too. This match is gonna keep going. You can see a chair was introduced at one point. Bonesaw has used the brass knuckles. Oh, 2-9. Howard is hurting. Jack Howard, clip it. Jack Howard is hurting. He has got, that was on a package pile driver, and Bonesaw got up from it first. Whoa, another bridge! A second suplex into the 30. Bridges for the pin. Is Howard the champion? No! 2-9, and Howard's getting angry as he throws the champ to the outside. That was so close. Brass knuckles again. God damn it. On the outside. They're getting frustrated, but fired up in the gymnasium. Not that. Come on, not the steel chair. Don't do it. Drops it. No, the brass knuckles again. You've got to be kidding me. That's for the third time today. Jack Howard has got to stay in control. He cannot afford to be hit with those. I mean, Bonesaw may have done it. He has. Goddamn son of a bitch. Bonesaw McGraw didn't even have to use his best move. The brass knuckles did the talking, and Bonesaw is still the TCW heavyweight champion. Who can beat this guy? 85% after the jawbreaker. Bonesaw defends the belt. Oh man, I need somebody who can beat this guy. I need a good white-faced baby meat to come in and beat him. And Chucky for that matter. Great success. A flawless show is what my cronies in the back are saying. They're saying we're ready to book a bigger venue. I'm skeptical about that. Maybe so though. Because when we get in here, here's what should hopefully happen. We should have our full roster back. We should be able to hire somebody. Bill Bullock's no longer injured, and maybe Shin Bido will have found somebody interesting for us as a scout. He's been scouting for 3 months. And I think I'm down to do one more show if we're calling it a day and moving on to some other stuff. So let's hope. We might be able to book a bigger venue. This could be a huge one for us. Bigfoot and Sting are the 2-5CW tag champs. Piper Niven is the WWE heavyweight champion. Willow and Tony Storm are the AEW tag champs. Karrion Kross is the junior heavyweight champion of TNA. All right, we made money. Look at this. We're almost at $250,000, baby. TCW's on the rise. Nothing noteworthy happened this month. Does that mean Shin Bido didn't find anybody? I'm gonna scream. We gave him 3 months, right? He should. Bill's out. Bill's back. There he is. Look. He just got a new heart, and he's shaking the doctor's hand on the way out, and he's got all these beautiful nurses who've been caring for him for 3 months. Bill's back, baby. David Houston's back from his training expedition. Samoa Joe's back. Shin Bido had 3 months, and he didn't find anybody. All right, you know what we're gonna do? I'm sending everybody out to scout for 1 month. Somebody's gonna find me somebody at the end of the stream. All right, Shinagawa, Takahiro. You know, Stoic and Freestyle aren't really for us, but we'll sure get out there and look. Shin Bido, I want you to find a showman in America. Good grief, make an offer. Carlos Velez, he's all about okay. Find me a luchador in Latin America. Surely you could fucking do that. Go. Marty Sakota, give me a showman in... You know what? You want to try Japan? Go for it. As long as they're a showman, that's really all I care about. Go to Japan. Mr. Question. Ooh, mysterious. All right, well, you're so mysterious. Find me a showman in America. You don't have a preference. Nobody knows who you are. He's the question. One of you, I mean, this costs $2,300. One of you find somebody interesting for me to sign at the end of this. I swear to God. All right, we're gonna do one more show today. Let's go ahead and save. Save here. Let's see what we got. We've got a potential to put on our biggest show yet. We might be able to get into the tag team stuff this time. Let's look at good, normal, good. Oh, Matt. Matt's got to go. We're not going to have our full roster, I fear. That's too bad. I mean, Matt's been working for us nonstop. He's worked every single show in TCW history, so that's fine. Joe's back, so Matt Robinson is out for this one. What a shame. One of our big draws. He's been holding it down, though, so other people can work this month. Matt, I think you should go to Europe. Enjoy the trip. It only costs $1,000. How will that trip change? Anybody else need to go? Mickey's good. Thomas is good. Joe's good. We got one of our juniors back finally, so we don't need to outsource. Maybe Bill Bullock could be the prince who was promised and defeat Chucky. This could be a big heel show. I think Thomas Walker has the challenge. Maybe. Or maybe we bring in somebody on the outside. I would like to get... Can we get tag champs finally? Like, who would we put in it, though? Thomas and Mickey could be a good tag team. They're the Fork World Order. But who would they face for the tag titles? We don't really have anybody that makes sense. What's a team that makes sense? I mean, you could do Samoa Joe and Dax Harwood as like kind of our AEW riff. But neither of them had very good careers. So Joe's literally never won a match. If we did that, though, that would give us... If we did Dax and Joe versus Walker and Mickey, that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to play with. We could do Bill and Chucky. We got David Houston back. We could do David Houston and Bill Bullock and then get a junior to challenge Chucky. Jack Howard lost against Bonesaw. Who's going to challenge Bonesaw? Well, we got to hire somebody. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to hire somebody. I really need somebody to fucking sign with us. 2 people turning us down was really hurt my feelings. Okay, so who do we want? We still have not hired a woman. Io Sky came in and worked 1 date with us. How's Catwoman? She's pretty good. Popular. What? I don't know what to do. I don't know who to hire. The elf did show up for us that time. The stats still say he's the one, but who do we hire? Like through here. I love the idea of just bringing in a fucking heater to come take on Bonesaw. Kevin Owens could be that guy. Pretty good in ring, hugely popular in the region, and he's a showman. Should we just go for it? That's a huge main event. Kevin Owens versus Bonesaw. I mean, I did say Thomas Walker may have earned a shot by beating Mickey. But I also kind of want to do the tag title thing. Let's get Kevin Owens in here. Let's try. I'm going to throw it at him, dude. 25 grand. Come on, please. Oh! This game's killing me today. I offered him a $25,000 signing bonus. I just gotta go for... I'd go for broke, man. I should have offered him 50 grand. God damn it. How's our training center? Fix all this stuff. Should we get something else in here while we're at it? Let's see. We can upgrade these things. They're not very expensive. Yeah, that's good. Okay, bye. A lounge. Oh. I can't believe nobody will sign here. It's because they're scared they're gonna get stabbed with forks. We have to nip this fork thing in the bud. Okay, who's gonna challenge? I can't believe we didn't hire anybody. So now I think I do have to do Thomas Walker versus. I mean, we could bring somebody in. I just don't like challenging people or having people come in for titles that aren't contracted here. Okay, so let me count it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on the roster right now. We need at least one more person. And that person, I think we'll do Thomas Walker versus Bonesaw. I was really fired up with the idea of bringing Kevin Owens to the challenge. I still probably could, just not by signing him. Are you sure you don't want to just come work for us for one day? I mean, that's a bad idea. I cannot bring in somebody that just said they weren't going to sign to challenge my champion. I know I did it with Buddy, but nobody was beating Chucky. I mean, who? And then we need somebody to challenge Chucky. I gotta invite a junior. I mean, I just said I wasn't gonna do this, but who I'm gonna put in Bonesaw. Or I'm gonna put in Bill Bullock, who just got back from the hospital to face Chucky. That doesn't make any sense. Bill Bullock can take David Houston. Who are we gonna try out against Chucky? I need a good junior. That's all it is. Who do we need? Give me a good junior. Brie Bella. Let's go down the list here. Buddy, been there, done that. Fred Durst, no. Maybe we should look at other regions. Rey Mysterio? Can't really go wrong with Rey Mysterio. Spider-Man? Let's look at other regions. I'm always in the North American. It's because it's convenient. Art the Clown. Wow, Art the Clown. He's not a junior, but holy smokes, look at this. He's good in the ring. Pretty popular in the region. The Grinch. Who's coming in? I need a good junior. I love Maki Ito, but apparently she's not very good in this game. Oh. We could try Asuka. Let's try Asuka. God damn it. She also turned me down because she's stoic. I thought we could get away with just not changing the promotion style, but okay. Asuka, I would have booked you in a stoic style match. You didn't have. You should have tried it out. A stoic match against a fork wielding psycho doll. Mina Shirakawa, Taguchi. I'm looking for a junior that's good. Junior that's good in the ring. I need somebody who can restore balance to the force here and defeat Chucky. Junior that's good in the ring. Hio del Vikingo. He's alright. Not very popular in the region. He could be somebody to look at. No. Should I just bring in the Loveland Frog to challenge for the title? Should we see if Loveland Frog can restore balance to the heavyweight title scene? What would that mean if I did that? What if we brought in the Loveland Frog? He's a showman. Just bring him in and try to get him to challenge Bonesaw. I spent $19,000 on that. It takes a monster to kill a monster. Okay, so now that... Okay, this is getting expensive, but now that means I gotta start writing this down. TCW 7. Let's see, I gotta write down Bonesaw beat Jack Howard. Okay, TCW 7. So we're gonna do Bonesaw versus Loveland Frog. I'm doing the thing I said I wouldn't do, which is bringing in outsiders to face the champions. But I don't know that I have anybody here in-house that can beat these guys. I do still need a junior to take Chucky on. And then we'll figure out what to do with the rest of the roster. Okay? You need a good junior. All I want is a junior with a good work rate. That's it. That's all I care about. Florence Pugh's alright. Florence Pugh Showman. Florence Pugh was a legend for us in WATCW Season 1. Decent work rate. Affordable. Not too popular in the region. That would kind of rock if Florence Pugh came in and beat Chucky. Starlight Kid, unfortunately not that one. Thor's crazy. Or Pac, the bastard Pac. I mean, not too popular in the region, but I think I sold myself on this. Florence Pugh, do you want to come challenge? She's back. Chucky versus Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh as Paige and Fighting for My Family. All right, we've got those two. How is our merch looking? We sold out of the goods. Okay, we're not in the industry of branded snacks. And we're not ready for that yet. Get some goods back in here. Okay, so our champs are booked. That leaves us with let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wrestlers. Which is an odd number. We need it to be even to get everybody on this card. So we could bring in one more. And then figure out what the matches are. I'm still kind of interested in doing a tag match as well. Let's see. I think maybe we'll do a tag match just for the sake of it. The show's getting expensive, but look, we might get huge returns on this, hopefully. Unless somebody... Here's the fear, is we're bringing in all this outside talent, and if one of them doesn't show up, it's going to devastate us. We can invite one more person. I don't know what we're going to do with them, but we're going to invite them. Let's see if... Well, Jason Voorhees maybe could come do this one. There was interest in Jason Voorhees, although he works Kings Road. And he said no to us on that basis, which makes me scared he won't show up if we book him. I mean, I hate to say it, I just scrolled right to him. Jey Uso looks like... I mean, this is somebody we kind of really want, isn't it? Jey Uso is a showman, decent enough in the ring, kind of expensive. That's a lot of money to pay for one date, isn't it? I think we already did that for Loveland Frog. Maybe we should cool our jets. Although we should think about maybe signing Jey Uso. Because look at, I mean, that looks exactly like the kind of guy we want. I'm not worried about junior or heavyweight at this point. I'm just looking for a showman that makes sense. Give me a showman with a deal. LA Knight. Yeah. I think LA Knight might be a good choice. Look how cheap he is. Yeah. All right, let's get him in here. All right, let's figure out what this card is. This is going to be our last show of the day. We are at TCW 7, I believe, if my count is correct. It's an expensive show. Okay. But let's see, maybe we can actually afford to go to a bigger venue, which is also going to be more expensive. Oh, it's a lot more expensive. Let's put it here. Oh, wait, no. I think we want to stay here, but go to small hall is the idea. I think that's the idea. And then let's see how those numbers fill up as we book our show. So, first of all, we're going to welcome Bill Bullock back. He's still alive. He's going to take on David Houston, our juniors here. Then LA Knight's in here. I think I like the idea of doing a tag match, so I'm thinking Jack Howard and Mickey Williams versus Samoa Joe and Dax Harwood. We could do Jack Howard and LA Knight. I think that makes sense. Yeah, let's do Jack Howard and LA Knight. Yeah. And then we'll have our and I'd say fuck it. Let's just get crazy. Let's make this for our tag titles. TCW heavyweight tag titles right now. Which is going to be Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe, which is not a very winning team. But look, they kind of match. And Dax is a tag team legend, and Joe held those trio tag titles in AEW for a long time. And they're going to take on the Motherforkers. Thomas Walker and Mickey Williams. We're going to figure out who our first ever tag champions are. And then we've got our junior heavyweight title. Chucky is taking on Florence Pugh. What costumes does she have? This looks like the most classic Florence Pugh to me. And then we have our main, which sees this show is crazy. The Loveland Frog. Whoa, look at that! He goes like Super Sentai Loveland Frog. A Loveland Frog is taking on Bonesaw McGraw. Now this show is not sold out. What if we lower the cost? Goes up. What if we keep the cost but do better marketing? No. Okay, let's do lower the cost. We'll keep Mike Armstrong as our ref. Full house, sold out 3,000 cap room, small hall, and Americana. We got everybody, right? Bill Bullock versus... Do we need to change the match style on any of these guys? Everybody here is a showman, right? So I think we're going to keep this. This is a big one for us. 3 title matches. We're going to lock it in. Oh my god. If somebody... We are highly liable to have somebody no-show this. Because we have 3 outside talents. Ugh. I'm nervous. I will be tempted to be shitty and save scum if somebody fails. Please don't put me in that position. I'm just so irritated because nobody's signing. I'm scared. No! The Loveland Frog canceled for personal reasons? I wonder what could have happened. I need to decide what kind of man I'm going to be in this moment. That fucked our show. Our main event is not here. The attendance is down. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to re-roll. Okay? Which one did I just do? This one. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll, but here's the catch. I have to keep this, right? That's the gimmick. I can re-roll, but I have to keep whatever I get. Early fire promoter is brutal for that. Yeah. I had a lot of rotten good luck, man, leading up to today. Okay, we re-rolled and we have to keep it, and it worked. And Dilly says he forgives me for loading. I kind of hate that I did that. But look, don't hate the player, hate the game. We need to go out on a high note here. I knew I was signing myself up for trouble when I brought in 3 people, but we'll try not to make a habit of doing it. It's just so early. It like hurts us so fucking bad. We're running this venue for the first time. All right, we're just gonna watch our title matches. Bill Bullock is back after 3 months in the hospital getting a new heart, and he's taking on David Houston. This should be a great match. Let's see. 90%. David Houston welcomes Bill Bullock back with a big face slam and a 90% victory. That's why I knew Bill Bullock wasn't ready to go take Chucky on. I just knew that wasn't fair for him to come back. All right, let's see how LA Knight does against Jack Howard. LA Knight's totally a guy we could potentially sign. Let's see how it goes. A draw! A double count out! That's not good for business, but it was a good match, evidently. I gotta write this stuff down. So what was it? David Houston defeated Bill Bullock. a timeout draw between Jack Howard and LA Knight. Love that song. Our first ever draw in TCW history. A double count out. Alright, here we go. This is where we're trying to turn the tides right here. Mickey Williams and Thomas Walker have been forking up this league from the beginning. And meanwhile, Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe, I feel like struggling to find their identities in this league. Samoa Joe has not won a match. Samoa Joe has been booked, I think, on almost every card and has not won a match yet. I think Dax Harwood has won one or two. They're going to try to put their disparate elements together and find some cohesion and make themselves the first ever TCW Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Alternatively, the Fork Club continues to reign supreme on our precious little league. Let's go. And whoever wins this will be the first ever TCW Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Fight. Here we go. Dax and Mickey Williams starting us off here. You know, there's no easy way out here for Dax and Joe. Both of these guys will utilize forks in their offense. So I don't know. I guess Thomas, if you can get Thomas Walker in here, the trade-off is that here we go. The trade-off is that I think Thomas Walker only uses forks. Mickey Williams uses the entire kitchen and hardware store. Dax is bleeding. We are a minute and a half, and Dax is gushing all over the mat. This is crazy. Sorry, just gonna get something here real quick. Let me shoot you a follow back here, Travista. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out today. If you want some more Fire Pro in your life, I do believe that the Travista boy here is going to be the guy to help give it to you. He was a great sage in my time with Fighting Road, and that wisdom's extending now to Fire Promoter. So go check your boy out. I'll have to do this. Do you stream often on here? Let us know what you got going on. Thomas Walker's been tagged in, as has Samoa Joe. You know, and look, cards on the table. I just wanted to. I see all these other promotions getting tag team champions. I was feeling jealous, and so, you know, in terms of TCW, it's true. Samoa Joe has earned this opportunity least of anybody. That's just with TCW in particular. As far as his entire career, I mean, he's earned everything and more, right? But I want to give Joe and Dax a chance to figure out what their identity in TCW is. Meanwhile, Mickey Williams and Thomas Walker have formed the Fork World Order. Fork Club on top. And they're going to try to become the first ever. Holy shit! Yeah. Oh, Dax Harwood! They're going to try to become the first ever heavyweight tag champions here. We're all kind of collectively hoping they won't, because times are tough. Chucky, another prospective member of Fork Club, will be defending the junior heavyweight title. He's biting Dax's open wound. He will be defending against former WATCW wrestler Florence Pugh. We haven't seen her since Season 1 in 2K22. She will try to make her comeback here today and be the one to right the wrong of the Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's hard to watch, isn't it? I want to end on a big note. I'm hoping for a big payoff. New champions. I'm hoping in a scout we'll find somebody of note. We want to end on a big note. We want this to be our biggest match yet, and a new venue that admittedly looks unremarkably similar to the gymnasium we were running in. I guess it's a little different, right? It's a little different. We're now in a hall. We're out in the hall. We're in the bingo hall. All of them are on the outside fighting. We've already had one draw today. Let's not make it two. This is supposed to be our biggest show yet. Dex Harwood's got a sledgehammer. Speaking of the hardware store. Leaves it in the ring there. Joe's the legal man. That could be... Oh my god, off the top! What the hell? Was that like a fucking... What was that, like a Falcon Arrow? Yes, they do have double team moves as well. You are correct. There's a lot of cool combos and things you can string together in this game. Big pile driver on Mickey Williams! This has been pretty even keel so forth. That sledgehammer sits ominously there. Chekhov's sledgehammer in the ring. Which could be a great equalizer for Joe and Dax. But a weapon of mass destruction in the hands of Mickey Williams or Thomas Walker. Whoa, 2.9 with the bridge! So close! It would be a huge thing for Dax and Joe to win here and restore some balance to the force. Restore balance to the catering of TCW. Nobody can find a fork with which to eat. They're double teaming Dax. Joe can get in there and help out. Come on. Dax is going to fight him off all on his own. Dax, who's a solo act. We cannot seem to find Cash Wheeler. Maybe one of those scouts will find him. And we can try to reunite FTR and TCW. But, oh no, is he going to tap to the Boston Crab? Joe saves him. But it may not be necessary if the odd couple of Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe could overcome here today and become the first ever heavyweight tag champions. Walker rolls him up. Is Joe going to get there in time? He doesn't, but Dax is out at the count of two. Thomas Walker is flopping around like a fish. Dax Harwood's lost a lot of blood, but he's still standing and still fighting. He wants that distinction. Like I said earlier, you can only be the first ever one time. Whoever wins this will have made history as the first tag champs in our company's history. Mickey Williams and Thomas Howard do have the advantage in that they've teamed before and they were victorious. Dax Harwood was on the other side of that match, by the way. He had teamed up with Blue Kane at the time. Well, Samoa Joe proved a better partner as Mickey Williams is biting the head of the Samoan submission machine. Now Dax and Joe are both busted open and bleeding, and who's surprised about that, honestly? Meanwhile, Mickey and Thomas keeping every drop in their bodies, giving them a tactical advantage here today over Joe and Dax. Oh, counters the Irish whip with a big knee. But Joe, not to be stopped so easily. Big vertical suplex. Joe is gushing and breathing heavy. He has got to tag in Dax, I think. He's got to do it. Big elbow to the back of Joe. Tags in that motherfucker. That motherforker. The Hell Knight Mickey Williams. Joe gets the tag to Dax. We're all in the ring. Big double kick to Thomas Walker. Dax is feeling it up, but the Hell Knight goes downstairs. Not the Iron Claw! No! Yeah. Joe might be out for the day. Yeah. I don't know how you recover from that. Yeah! Huge discus lariat! Ah! But Mickey gets up with the shoulder tackle. What a match so far. Oh, he's biting him. Not again. Not again. Joe with the beautiful suplex there. Mickey's fighting them both off. Going sicko mode. And now he's biting the back of Dax's neck. Bleeding from both sides. Haven't seen a pin attempt in a while. I wonder... I mean, look, Joe can barely stand. Oh, Dax, he's got an Anaconda Vice left in. Is Mickey gonna tap? Joe cuts off Thomas. Is Mickey gonna tap? No. I thought that was it. I was convinced. I was made a believer. And that answered the question. I thought surely all four of these guys were ready. Were down for the count, but Mickey persevered. He is a tough son of a bitch. You can't take that away from him. And he tags in Thomas Walker. That could be the winning move right there. You did not want him to get that tag out. Oh, look, and they're both in control. Both members of Fort Club. Thomas Walker's up top with a 450 splash to Samoa Joe. And then a frog splash to the back of Samoa Joe. And then a second frog splash. Joe somehow gets up. I'm running on sheer survival instinct. I don't know how he did it. Back and forth we go. What a fight this is. Big spinning elbow. Off the ropes, Thomas Walker. You cannot let them tag out. Joe's trying to rally and fight them up. That sledgehammer still sits there. Ominously tags in Dax. The odd couple. Gonna try to make it work. Look out, Mickey! Oh, what was Dax doing? That was his big moment to attack. No, not the claw! Don't do it! How could you do it? How can you do that to another man? The perversion, the soullessness that goes with being able to do that to another man in front of a live audience here. Goes down low. Classic Mickey tactics. That was very Waluigi. Oh, is that it? No, Mickey gets right back up. I mean, I think Dax and Joe are spent. They have just got to somehow stop these tags from happening. Oh, huge knee to the gut. Maybe Dax has done it. No, Dax tags in Joe. Mickey tags in Thomas Howard. Or Thomas Walker. And these are, look, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. Tag team matches are a fucking gauntlet. He's showing on his head like a potato chip. I don't care what the name of the game is. You will be sitting here watching a tag match for quite some time. We've learned many different ways. Joe and Thomas locking up again. Oh, he's up top. He's so deadly up here. Another frog splash. Lifts Joe up. Oh! Joe's right back up. No! Thomas has got the fork. Not the fork. Dax saves him and he locks Mickey Williams in the vice. Dax wasn't even legal, but putting more pressure on that motherfucker Mickey Williams. Good grief, man. You gotta think we're there. You just gotta somehow reach a decision without the other man breaking it up. We don't have the luxury of that 2K25 rule anymore, where you're stuck on the apron until a tag is made. They can keep getting in here. Hold on, Dax. Boom! Drops Mickey on his neck. Is that enough? He's gonna go for the cover. Joe's ready to defend him. He does it! He does it! Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe are the heavyweight tag team champions. They defeat the Fork Club. There may be a rising sun in TCW after all. His Dax hits the original power bomb. And new tag champions are crowned. Our boys in red have found their spot in TCW, and it is as the first ever heavyweight tag champions. Now let's move on to something else that may not, could either be just as inspiring or deeply disturbing. A WATCW original. Oh my god! He hit the wanna play pile driver for the first move of the match. There's also, I should say, with these custom characters, there is a high chance that they are absolutely fucking broken in terms of their stats, and we may have to examine that behind the scenes sometime. I don't think Chucky should be able to hit his finishing move as the first move in the match, but Florence Pugh is persevering. Chucky, of course, undefeated. Going below the belt on Pugh, that's just despicable. Chucky hasn't lost. He is the undefeated junior heavyweight champion, and he felt like a blessing when we brought him on board, but now he's also the albatross on our neck here in TCW. Not the clam slam. Chucky is not King's Road, evidently. Florence Pugh is a staple of Season 1 of WATCW. It's my honor to bring her back into the fold here. And I would love to see her as a championship caliber competitor. I don't think she ever did win the WATCW women's title back in the day. I know she certainly challenged for it, but I don't think she ever had the honor of holding it. She could become a TCW junior heavyweight champion by shocking the world to beat Chucky. And maybe you think that seems unlikely, but the world's already shocketh. Oh no! The world's already been shocked once today when Samoa Joe and Dax Harwood won those heavyweight tag championships, which is huge for us. Can Florence Pugh also pull the upset and in her debut, like Chucky, in her debut become junior heavyweight champion? Chucky is unleashed. I just can't believe that's, well, we're considering that like a submission move. The ref comes in to call for it. He's just sitting there punching her on the fucking jaw. And look, we're rapidly approaching the 6-minute mark. I think that's about as long as El Grande Americano lasted against Chucky. We'll see if she can at least outlast that long. And that might be what it is. It might be less about oh, he braved the fire! The true fire pro into the choke! Is she gonna give up? You've got to be kidding me! Florence keeps trying, it just ain't working. Is it more about survival than victory here? He is laughing through this punch-off, which Florence is victorious in. I mean, he has lit her on fire. Going downstairs again. Chucky, the unofficial leader of Fort Club, taking Florence to town here. She rolls him up. And mind you, Florence, not a contracted talent here in TCW. Of course, if she were to win the junior heavyweight title, we would have to immediately go for her. The same will be true if the Loveland Frog somehow beats Bonesaw McGraw in our main event. I mean, Chucky is just dominating here. I don't know what it's going to take to beat this guy. I hate to count somebody out before the bell is rung, but Florence, no, everything she tries, he's right there. Oh, and there it is. I mean, it's all the more disgusting to see it happen to somebody like Florence Pugh, one of our finest working actresses today. Oh my God, drops her on her head, and then, I mean, give up, Florence, call it a day. Get out of here while you still can. You'll have Avengers reshoots in a few weeks, I'm sure. You can't show up to work with fork puncture wounds in your forehead. Chucky hits the ropes. Wow, wow, look at him go! Holy shit! And of course that's it. Who the hell's kicking out of a move like that? Chucky is still the junior heavyweight champion. That's upsetting. I'm gonna have to analyze Chucky's stats, I think, behind the scenes. I don't know, which would be so true to life and true to form for us. One of the ways Nacho Libre became a WATCW legend was because he had unknowingly had perfect stats and was never able to be defeated. If we're experiencing this with Chucky and maybe Bonesaw McGraw, I'll have to investigate that. We'll have to do some sort of drug test. He hit a move called Reincarnation, and Chucky does defend the TCW Junior Heavyweight Championship against Florence Pugh. Wow. A sentence that I always knew I'd have to say one day. All right, here we go. It's our main event and the last match of the day here at TCW 7. Bonesaw McGraw, the unstoppable TCW Heavyweight Champion, will defend that against the Loveland Frog, former card-carrying member of the Cryptid Cowboys, who was also a WATCW legend, a former People's Champion. He unfortunately lost his mystical boots at Really Mania to The Undertaker. But here today, he may have a chance to do something he's never done, which is hold a World Heavyweight title, if he can shock the world and beat Bonesaw McGraw. Here we go. Let's see what we're cooking here. People love this Loveland Frog. And I'm so glad that he didn't fail to show up due to personal reasons. Here we go. It ain't a Battletoad. It is the Loveland Frog. What a move. Let's see if he can be the one to beat Big Bad Bonesaw McGraw. Or will we be exiting tonight's stream with the same champions we entered it with? Can the Loveland Frog, with his magical powers, withstand the brute force of those bonesaw brass knuckles, should he choose to use them, and I'm sure he will because he always does. And how much magical power does the Loveland Frog have left? No longer, you can see, he does not have those mystical boots anymore. His dogs are out, his frogs are out. Bonesaw going for the chair real early, hits Frog with it, but the Frog tanked it. He barely flinched. Bonesaw maybe thinks that chair wasn't enough. He's gonna try another one. Oh, look, he slips out of it! Like Slippy the Frog. Get in there. Count of 20 will be a double count out, and of course the title won't change hands there. And the Frog's got such a crazy arsenal, by the way. He's able to just flip in and out of so much. You never know what that slippery amphibian's gonna use on you. Bonesaw going for the legs. He sees those exposed toes. He's gonna utilize that advantage. And the Loveland Frog has just been such a champion for this stream, for virtual wrestling in general, and he could become a true champion today. And the new face of TCW, but Bonesaw folds him up with that power bomb, kicks out at 2. I can tell you the energy here is palpable in this rural hall. Do come back here tomorrow for juvenile river dancing. It's going to be quite a show. Kicks him over. Thankfully, we'll have scrubbed all of Samoa Joe's blood off the floor before then. 2! Loveland Frog kicks out. Nice even match so far. Bonesaw has already tried to use weaponry against the Frog, who again, if the Frog wins here, he'll not be under contract, but he will be our champion. We'll have to throw a huge signing bonus to him after this if he pulls it off. But there goes the Bonesaw is ready off the top. Big drop kick. You can't let Bonesaw get into this flow state here. You can't let him keep control, because that's how we've seen him beat so many great wrestlers. Matt Robinson twice, and Mickey Williams, that's only 2. He beat Jack Howard at TCW 6. Bonesaw's been running through the TCW originals. We've been trying to really build some homegrown talent. Bonesaw says, not while I'm around. Wow, what a flip! That was such a good Loveland Frog move. Takes Bonesaw to the corner. He's going to put him up. What's the Frog thinking? Wow, drags him down by the leg. It wasn't pretty, but I do think it was effective. I'm on the edge of my seat for this one. This feels enormous. Big elbow from Bonesaw. Whips the Frog to the corner. Now it's Bonesaw putting the Loveland Frog up top. No, the Frog counters it. DDT off the top. What a move. The Frog's got to go for the cover after that. You cannot just sit there. You got to capitalize. That was huge. Oh, wow, he's going for the tilt-a-whirl. Throws him. I think the ref told him. Was that a submission move? Could Bonesaw have given up in that move? Back and forth. Bonesaw, big drop kick to the Frog. Bonesaw wins that bout. Hits the ropes. Can he win the entire thing? The kit and caboodle. Double axe handle. Could that be enough? Whoa, 2.9. I believe for that fraction of a second. I thought we had that .1. Spine buster. And Bonesaw's up top. Huge elbow drop. He's finished so many with that move. He's going to try 2 on the Loveland Frog. And surprisingly doesn't go for the pin there. What else has he got for him? Slams him down on those exposed tootsies. Unbelievable. I can't believe Bonesaw didn't go for the cover there. He must be feeling very confident with another spine buster. Off the ropes again. Axe handle to the back of the Frog, who is just clearly on the losing side of this equation. Belly to belly suplex. I think this is just about done. Wait a minute. No, he gets the leg. Frog has got to capitalize here. He's going for the airplane spin again. Is Bonesaw going to quit? He's getting so dizzy. No. The Frog lets him out. He's gotta. Knew it wasn't gonna be enough. Is he gonna go for the pin? No, he's gonna try it again! Another airplane spin! Round and round, Bonesaw goes. Is he gonna quit? No! He's gonna make him puke his guts out. Well, Sling Blade! The Frog is mounting a comeback! Is it a winning comeback? Bonesaw gets a DDT in the midst of that. What a match. Both of these guys want to be the champion so badly. Only one will make it reality. No! Not the brass knuckles! Not the goddamn brass knuckles into that running double axe handle again, and that might be it. I think he's done it. Son of a bitch. Damn it. If anybody, I've spent $20,000 to get that Loveland Frog here. I thought he had done it. That was maybe the greatest challenge we've seen of Bonesaw McGraw thus far. 92%. A terrific match. And you do have to maybe think about we bring Loveland Frog in as a full-time talent. It'll be a while before he touches this title. Damn it, he was so close, but you saw what had to happen. Bonesaw busted out those brass knuckles. The equalizer in every instance. Still, the TCW heavyweight champion. What a show. Not our best match percentage, but let's see how we did. Yeah, that's the big victory for us. Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe are the tag champs. That is good news. Huh. Congrats on running a flawless show. Full house. We are not ready to book a bigger venue. We just got here. Who the hell is telling me to do that? Lee of WWE is the heavyweight. Dragon Lee is the junior heavyweight champion. Haruki Goto is the New Japan champ. And we made money, baby. It was an expensive show, but we made it back. We officially hit the 250,000 assets. And we could send somebody to Stardom next month. I'll write that down because maybe we will. I don't know. I think it would be, it's good to keep establishing relationships with these other promotions because then we could do crossover shows and stuff with them at some point. Maybe Stardom. All right, what do you got? Any news? Tell me one of these scouts found somebody. Star Wrestler Man? Who's the man? Is it Spider-Man? A man joined Waffle House Championship Wrestling. Matt Robinson's back. He's ready to take on the world. Shin Bito found Mr. Eli Mack! Shin Bito found a wrestler by the name of Mr. Eli Mack in North America. Let's try to negotiate a contract. No way. Oh my. Shinagawa Takahiro found nobody. Carlos Velez found nobody. Marty Sakota found nobody. Mr. Question found nobody. You guys are a bunch of useless fucking bums. Mr. Eli Mack is in this game. We are featured in a European magazine. Hope it boosts our popularity. All right, look, we can't waste any time. Hold on. We gotta get Mr. Eli in here. Who signed for Waffle House? Damn, people are getting hurt. In 25CW, Ada and Shaq and Regina, all injured. Who signed in Waffle House? I want. No, it was the Invisible Man. Look, there's nobody in the picture. The Invisible Man. Wow, what a pickup for them. Look at that popularity. This is the Invisible Man. We got to go for him. We cannot let Waffle House or somebody else get Mr. Eli. Mr. Eli, popular in the region, showman, not bad in the ring. He's the WATCW's People Champion. Let's get him in here. I don't think they like us much. Guy like this, you gotta throw the book at him. Mr. Eli Mack is tailor-made. We got him. That was basically the entire show budget from last month. I just spit on him. I could not have Mr. Eli Mack saying no. And you know, he probably would have said yes for any price because he is one of my guys. He is one of my dogs. He was the final People's Champion of WATCW Season 2. And now Mr. Eli Mack is coming to TCW. Fantastic news for us. We might just have to throw him in the mix immediately. We'll see. We'll see. I spent a lot of money already. Okay, let's see. What else? How's our training center? We gotta fix all this stuff. I just like spent our whole monthly budget on Eli. That's a huge deal. Cause I've been missing my guys from WATCW, and I can't let them show up in 2.5CW. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm all flustered from that. I can't believe we got Mr. Eli. How's our merch looking? We're still selling goods. That's fine. How about, does anybody need to go on an expedition? Look at this. Eli's in the mix, dude. There he is. Bullock's good. Bonesaw's good. Houston's good. Everybody's good. We're going to finally roll into one of these shows with our entire roster. All these guys are getting booked. What a sausage party. We got to get some women here to mix it up. They're going to see what happened to Florence Pugh, and they're not going to come back, though. Wow. Okay, we've got our guys here. Anything else we want to do before we call it a day? I don't think so, right? I think that's it. That's a good note to go on. We've got new tag champions for the first time. We're still looking for somebody who could beat Chucky and Bonesaw McGraw. Let's go ahead and get our scouts back out. Let's do that before we forget. Even though you guys are goddamn useless half the time. I wonder what if you take them out of their preferred territory and stuff? Like, is it... Like, will they even more likely fail, I would guess? How about showmen in Japan? Okay? You could find me Lucha in Latin America. Again, like, if you can't find that, I don't know what you can do. Yep, you could do showman in America, and you do showman in America. No problem. How about showman in any part of the world? What were the profits on that show? I forget. I don't know if I can look at that. We made money though, and I spent all of it on Mr. Eli Mack. I just can't live in a world where I offer Mr. Eli Mack a contract and he says no. I can't. Roman already killed me with that, and I'm gonna try to get Roman again. I mean, Roman was just such a winner for us. The fact that he doesn't want to come work here in TCW is really upsetting. Maybe I get Matt Thomas to talk to him. Okay, let's save. We are here. How are we doing? I can ask about that. Let's see. No, not consultation. What's the word I'm looking for? Personal advice. How am I doing? Really hit your stride. We're not popular at home yet. We still need to keep going. We need more star talent. The gym's getting crowded. They want to upgrade the gym. Oh, they want us to do cross-promotion matches. There's a rumor Jack Howard isn't happy with their pay. Well, you can come tell me about it. So they will do that. When somebody like needs to renegotiate their salary, it will directly tell me that. Oh, God! All right. I think I'm going to call it that there. I think that was a great new edition of TCW. We got tag team champions. Chucky and Bonesaw are still on top. And we have a new blossoming faction by way of whatever you want to call them. The Mother Forkers, Fork Club, Fork World Order. There is a fork conspiracy clouding TCW. Thankfully, Dax Harwood and Samoa Joe were able to overcome. And we've signed Mr. Eli Mack. I mean, that is a good note to go out on. I don't know if I want to run him into title contention right away. It looks like he's a B+ player in the game. I think he's better than B+ in my heart. But I don't know if I want to immediately run him into brick walls like but I think is Eli, let's see. Is Eli a junior or a heavy? He's a junior. So he would be in line to go after Chucky. Oh, let's our factions as well. Let's see. Manage stables. Transfer wrestler. If I do a new stable... Oh, wait, I can? Hold on. Can I set up its own stable? Let's see. Does this work? Is it separate from the others? Fork Claw. Okay, we'll do... It's the short name after all. FWO. Mother Forkers. Does this work? Let's see. Mother Forker. Their heels. Oh, we could get him a logo? Okay, got it. Chucky's in. FWO is ready to make pro wrestling history. They're already generating a lot of buzz. Transfer wrestler. Mickey Williams is a mother forker, and Thomas Walker is a mother forker. Okay, and then no affiliate. I mean, Eli Mack, woke as it gets, brother. All right, you guys are all woke, right? Yeah, I think so. And well, I would say Dax Harwood is woke now because he's teaming up with Joe. We could set them up as a stable as well, but that's probably, we don't need to do that. You guys are all baby faces still? I would say so. And then you guys are heels, and then these are also heels, but this is the Fork World Order in here. Oh God! All right, we gotta save that. We don't want to lose that. That's huge. I will definitely be making a Fork World Order logo or Fork Club. Fork Club might be a funnier logo. I will definitely be making a Fork Club logo to assign to them for next time. All right, that's it for TCW. I don't know when I'm going to get back to this. My plan is, I think, to just kind of alternate between this and Resident Evil 4. So next one should be Resident Evil 4. I do know, unfortunately and regrettably, after we had so much fun, the word on the street is that 25CW is returning in 2K25 on Tuesday. That's not my show. That's the Ragers show. They're apparently angry or jealous or shitty that I'm out here putting on great virtual wrestling. So they're going to try it again. Last time they did it, I thought it was an absolute travesty. We'll see if they can get it back. I don't have high hopes. Not my business. I won't be tuning in. Neither should you. And then I don't know when I'll actually be back. Not Tuesday, evidently. So maybe Thursday? We'll see. It's going to be a little bit. So I'll see you around. Keep your eyes on YouTube, unless Jess wants to do something as well. If Jess wants to stream Until Dawn or Goose Game again, that'll override any other plans, including 25CW. I will make sure 25CW doesn't happen in favor of Until Dawn if it's a possibility. Regardless, keep your eyes on YouTube. The final episode of Fighting Road will be coming out next week. I haven't decided really what day. This VOD will go up there tomorrow. So maybe the final episode of Fighting Road will be there Tuesday. The finale of Lion Mask's Legend. Man, I hope we can find Lion Mask. I hope one of my goddamn scouts can find Lion Mask. I mean, if there's anybody I could bring in to try to challenge Bonesaw McGraw, gotta be Lion Mask. We'll see what we have in the mix next time. Mr. Eli is here. I can't wait. He's gonna be so happy to hear that. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Dilly Tots, as always, hanging out, keeping me company. The GOAT. The Travista Boy also coming in with the Fire Pro support. Much appreciated. I did throw you a follow because it looked like you stream Fire Pro a bit yourself. I'll be happy to see what it looks like in the hands of a competent professional. Thanks for tuning in. TCW is on the rise, and I can't wait to bring it back. Y'all have a nice rest of your Sunday and a great start to your new week. And I'll see you when I see you. TCW out, baby. Love you.